Okay, is it? I'm assuming it's 4 o'clock. Hi, welcome back. We're here. I got a little sleep. Howdy, y'all. Welcome. And so we're gonna do more Dawntrail today. Hi. I hope everyone's having fun with the expansion. You know, I've kind of looked around a little bit to kind of see where everyone else is at, and you know, there's a few people that are a little bit further than we left off, but for the most part, people just kind of seem to be taking their time, enjoying it, having a good time, just enjoying the new graphic updates, the new jobs, all of that good stuff. So, you know, that's kind of what we're going to be doing today too. I did actually use my free Fantasia, so a few minor changes here and there. And yeah, I think Kyra's back to where she needs to be. A little bit different nose, a little bit different mouth, but aside from that, she is still my angry little Zayla. You know, did a little bit off stream, not with Kyra. That we're gonna save all of that for the streams, but some of my alts, you know, getting the free Fantasia for a lot of them, made my Femroth. used a Fantasia on one of those. The really nice thing is, I don't know if you've kept up at all with the news today, but it looks like they have ramped up the capacity on the login queues, so everything should be good. I had a queue of like 50 to get in, that was it. On Balmung no less, so that's pretty nice. You know, that's basically one cycle of the entry fees, I guess you could say. So yeah, you know, I don't know how it's going to get here in the next couple of hours as it starts to reach peak time here in NA, but for the most part, everything seems like it's pretty good. Yeah, no real complaints. You know, now's the time to get in if you can. But that being said, you know, let's try and decide what we want to do today. I'm kind of thinking I want a little bit more practice on my Pictomancer more than anything else. You know, I've been reading quite a bit in the Discords. I've been doing quite a bit of looking around, trying to, you know, check out the usual sites and everything. Most of the guides that I have seen are still very much based in the realm of the media tour stuff. So, you know, it seems like it's fairly accurate for the most part, but there's still a lot to be done. So, yeah, I'm not entirely sure where to be going with it. I feel like the only thing we can really do is to get in and get some practice. I feel like that's really all we can do at this point. So we are going to go ahead and hop in and start doing some stuff. First things first, because I only just now realized it. Sorry about the trucks. I only just now realized it. We need to add some stuff back down to our bars down here. We're getting a little empty. Limit break, not as important. The other big thing is we do at some point want to maybe level up a little bit of our crafters and everything. So, you know, if you missed part 1, we actually didn't get all that much done between the game crashing on me and a couple of other issues. You know, we basically explored Tuliolol, and that was about it. We did all of the MSQ up to that point. Now we've got a branching path. You know, not really going to be huge spoilers, but obviously we're doing MSQ stuff, so spoilers. But no, there's a branching path. We knew that was coming. That was a that's going to be standard from every expansion here on out, just so that they can kind of spread out the population load, you know, across multiple instances, right? So we got to the branching path, and once we get back to Tuliolol and kind of decide which path we want to go on, we will be in the game proper, actually doing combat and stuff. And, you know, while we are out there, probably going to start working on a little bit when it comes to our crafters and gatherers along the way. You know, I mentioned it a little bit yesterday. We didn't go into too much detail. I still just cannot get over how good everything looks. The fog effects they've just got, they're so much fluffier. There's no other way to describe it, but yeah, they are much fluffier than they used to be. But yeah, the whole thing with this playthrough compared to what we did with Endwalker, we're not going to be shotgunning it. You know, we're going to be doing a little bit each day, but I also want to take some time and get a little bit of the side stuff done. We are really in no rush. It's going to be, you know, a little bit of time before we actually finish everything. This is going to be all that we're playing until the MSQ is done. But, you know, it's just, you know, everyone's playing right now. Everyone's playing. Why watch a streamer when you can play the game yourself, right? But I know there are a few of you that want to kind of keep an eye out on what's going on with the MSQ, or maybe you don't really play a whole lot of FF14, so we're still going to be doing it. But you know, we got through Endwalker. We got through all of the drama. It's time to just kind of hang back, enjoy our time in FF14 together again, and yeah, just take it easy, take it slow, right? But that being said, you know, I think it's time we hop in. We'll see how this goes. Oh wow, okay, this might have been a bad idea. You know, I was running around a little bit earlier in Ul'dah, which, as you know, on Balmung, Ul'dah is the main city for most players. It's not Limsa Lominsa like other servers, right? We have our infamous quicksand. We gotta we have to keep our reputation, right? But I was seeing that there are a lot of people advertising that they are paying for healers to come through and do roulettes for them. You know, it's technically against the TOS to advertise that you are selling runs, but it is perfectly fine to advertise you are paying for healers, right? Yeah, and it's not a small amount. It's like 500k to $1 million per run, and this was for like leveling roulette, right? So I guess it is really out of balance right now. I thought about taking a couple people up on it. You know, I really like playing Sage, so I don't mind doing that kind of stuff. But now that we're on Kyra, you know, it's time to just kind of hang back and get a little bit of work done. Worst comes to worst, we can kind of skip this and just head into Basha. It takes like 6 hours to go from 80 to 90, I think. Something like that. If you were doing, Pictomancer. All we can really do is just get in there and see. But yeah, I mean, at this point, and we've got more than a 30-minute wait. It hasn't even given us our place in queue yet, which is not a good sign. Yeah, it must be like super overloaded right now with DPS. So, you know, we'll play it by ear. We'll see how things go. But I'm not entirely sure if Basha is going to be the best place to learn. That's why I really like doing these roulettes and stuff, is it gives us an opportunity to learn with other players. But, you know, with that being said, I think maybe we'll just go ahead and hop in here. Can I do trusts? I think I can do trusts. I don't know what my eye level looks like. Okay. Average item, okay. So which one... Where did I leave off? I know a lot of my guys are not super leveled, which is a bit of a problem. Okay, so Thancred, we can do Y'shtola. And there's me. Insufficient level. Okay, well, how about Shadowbringers? Where are we at in Shadowbringers? Okay. Do Paglethon yet. Brought, no. Mount Gulg, maybe? Yeah, I think this is where I left off. Yeah, we'll go ahead. We'll do Mount Gulg. I feel like that's a pretty decent one to kind of get things figured out. And worst comes to worst, I don't really have to do anything. That's a nice thing about Trust, is if I'm really just kind of failing at everything, they handle all of it for me. That's the really nice part. Okay, so when I am out of combat, I can kind of do motifs however I want, huh? Okay. Is that what we're doing? I think so. There we go. So this is my AoE, if I remember right. Okay. Got it, got it, got it. Yeah, figuring out when to use my motifs and stuff is going to be probably the trickiest part of the expansion, from what I can tell, right? Go. Okay. But I have heard that their damage is kind of ridiculous. Now, I'm not running anything to kind of tell me what my numbers look like, but I have heard that they are pretty wild in the long run. Okay, there we go. We'll get it figured out, one way or another. All we can do is move forward. Yeah, there's really not, as far as I can tell, like, a set rotation. It's kind of wild like that. Okay, doing spot in yellow. Okay. Okay. And then we just bonk. That's all we gotta do. Just bonk repeatedly. There we go. Okay. Like, I'm trying to make sure that I'm also using my, like, starry skies and stuff. But, like I said, it feels a little weird. There's really not an easy way to figure out your rotation on this. Okay. Go ahead and get that painted up since we are out of combat. So, yeah, so out of combat, you can cast it really anytime you want, which is nice. Okay. Okay. Go ahead. Just get into our AoEs right here. As far as I can tell, once you get into your subtractive palette, you just kind of spam that as much as you want. Blue. Okay. Okay. Like, that's the best that I can guess, but I am not entirely sure. Okay. I guess I can use my Moogle. Like, overall, it does feel kind of nice that, like, you can kind of do whatever, and it doesn't feel like you're really wasting anything. Like, everything's doing a fair amount of damage, but in terms of, like, if you were going to be doing this in raids and stuff, like where your efficiency lies, that's going to take a little bit of time. Okay. But you know what? I'm cool with it. I'm getting my trust leveled. They sorely needed it. Okay. 3 stacks of hammer time. Got it. I'm gonna have to change my my bindings here, or get a new mouse. I don't like my scroll wheel trying to, like, double up on some of this stuff. Okay. Okay, I'm assuming that is an AoE, yeah. There we go. Alright. Okay, so now we're down to single target. Gotcha. I will save my subtractive palette for here in a second. Yo, let's get our other motifs back up, shall we? Like, I don't really want to waste it when there's only one guy left, right? All right. So yeah, let me see where am I gonna move this to? I guess I can move Lucid over there. Yeah, that's gonna mess me up a lot less, hopefully. Like, I have my movement set on a couple of different things for a couple of different jobs, so it doesn't feel, like, super awkward. Hey, there we go. Hey, nice. Nice you. Hey. Do that there. It's just my AoE. It's pretty easy to figure out. There we go. Hey, fueling red. Actually, no, we can move to single target. I'm assuming, like, I haven't looked at anything dealing with numbers or anything like that yet, but I am assuming it kind of sticks with the standard, hey, if there's more than 3 enemies, just go ahead and kind of do your thing, right? That seems to be the common wisdom. Okay. Go ahead and stick with the fire. Yeah, I feel like we're getting it figured out. We're getting into the rhythm of it. All right, so now we got the boss. This is where it's going to get kind of wild. Now, trying to juggle all of this in a raid on top of like your Addle, Surecast, all of that, I'm sure that's going to be a lot of fun. For other people, not for me. You know me, I'm sticking red mage, right? All right, let's do this, Thancred. Okay. Okay. All right, off we go again. Let's see how we manage this one, because this one has a little bit of movement to it, right? You gotta kind of keep an eye out of where the twisters are going to go, so it gives you an opportunity to kind of play around a little bit. There we go. Isu. How we doing on our palette? Okay. All right. Yeah, managing like the off globals is probably going to be the hardest part for me. There we go. Hey, we're getting that jump in. There we go. All right, then we got some instant casts there, which is nice. Oh crap. It's been a while since I've done this. That's on me. Okay. And mana does not really seem to be much of an issue, right? As far as I can tell, I'm not really having any mana issues. Okay. Trying to figure out like when to throw in the old Surecast is probably a good one. Probably on the last one of your... There we go. Where we at? Move over here to where Ali is. Nice, nice. Okay, and we got Starry Skies. Right. I mean, I guess I can do that too. Get myself a shield up, right? Right. Okay, there we go. And a bonk, bonk, bonk. Okay. Okay, so that actually is an AoE. That's good to know. Go ahead and get these up before we get to the next one. Okay. Okay. I just spam that basically as much as I can, as far as I can tell. There we go, and bonk. Bonk when you're able. There we go. Okay, and get that pallet up. Fill up the old paint. Okay. Alright, single target. There we go. And get our motifs up here in a second. Yeah, managing the motifs, I think, is going to be kind of the wildest part of all of this. Because, as you've probably noticed, it's kind of hard to tell when I need to be painting on the canvases, right? Like, there's just so much stuff going on and so many things popping up at any given time. That yeah, it's kind of hard to judge when you want to be using certain things. I'm sure the number crunchers will have it all figured out. I'll wait for them to to do it, right? Here we go. Get fire up. Okay. We'll just keep on bonking. Go. Like, I feel like you kind of do them pre-battle. Then after that, it almost feels like everything kind of runs on its own from there. From what I have been able to tell anyways, right? Like, not perfectly. There's going to be a couple times that you need to cast it, but yeah, like, it feels like everything starts to kind of run just automatically. Alright, catch up, you guys. Okay, now does one of these give us a buff? There's Hammer Time, Starry Muse. Okay. Here we go. Grants Subtractive Spectrum. Okay. Increasing damage dealt by self and nearby party members. Okay, so we need to make sure that we are using that at some point, right? That is our buff. That is like our really important, hey, this gives you more damage buff. Right? It's not a very long one. As you can see, the cooldown is like 2 minutes. But, nevertheless, right? And bonk away. There we go. Some OG CDs there, too, that we can start using. There we go. Yeah, near as I can tell, it is always best to be painting your motifs. Make sure you've always got one in the tank if you can. But outside of that, yeah, it's a little tricky. There we go. I'm not gonna waste my subtractive spectrum or subtractive palette when something's almost dead like that. We'll get up here soon enough. Got our pallets up and ready, yeah. Yeah, so that's our 2 minute, right? So that would be our buff window. I almost feel like I need to put that in my usual buff window spot, right? It's very important to me that I make sure I try and keep my, well, all of my jobs as consistent as possible between everything, right? There we go. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Okay. Got up. Go. These guys. Alright, well, that's cool. Alright. Yeah, see, like, I always keep my 2 minute window, like, usually on control wheel click. That tends to be my consistent location, right? And once I keep everything consistent, it means I can learn these new jobs fairly quickly. Like, every job has their 2 minute, like, burst window thing, right? And then you can kind of go from there. And then, yeah, everything starts to fall into place once you get that, like, taken care of. Let's keep that at 5 for right now. Okay, here we go. So we got all of our pallets up. Let's do this. Okay. Right? I guess I can put up my shield too if I really need to. Okay. Alright. Go. We got nice, nice. Sure these stay up. Nice. Yeah, overall, as long as you're keeping things up, you should be okay. Like Starry Skies, you might be able to wait a little bit longer into the rotation since that's your 2 minute. Okay. Alright, and then we got some OG CDs to burn here, right? They running off too. Okay. Okay, we'll go ahead and get that up and running. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Okay, there we go. This to worry about. Okay. All right. And use our swift cast on the last one here. There we go. Nice. Here we go. Alright, then you just get as much in as you can while you've got your Starry Skies going. Now, presumably you would want this all to happen while you have your hammer up, right? Go, because your hammer does a lot of damage. Feel like it doesn't quite do it justice here, but yeah, because of the fact that it is an instant cast. Like, it adds up really fast, right? Okay. Okay, there we go. Alright. So yeah, it's taking me a little bit, but I'm starting to see how it all comes together. And it's just how to fit it all so it times up into that 2 minute window. That's the tricky part. Yeah, I can definitely see where you kind of need to be by the time you hit your Starry Skies. Like, it's starting to make sense to me. Okay, here we go. Go. Okay. And the fact that the bonk is like an OG CD. Okay. Right, I'm starting to get the hang of it. So, oh. Okay, there we go. Now this is probably not like the best place to learn, right? Because obviously whenever I get to a boss, it's gonna be wildly inconsistent with where everything's at in terms of my palette at the time, right? Be very different compared to like an actual raid where you have an opener and all of that. You gotta kind of wind things up. Okay. Here we go. Do your thing. So I'm guessing you don't want to overcap on your pallet, right? Like, that's near as I can tell. Let's try it out and see what happens. I can't remember what they said about white pallet versus black pallet, right? Okay. All right. Go. Okay, Sue. Get our weapon back up. Right. Down to no. Okay, so we can do this. Do our rotation here one more time. And this is single target, right? Yeah. Oh no, it's not. Interesting. Okay. Good to know. Yeah, I thought that was I thought most everything that we had was single target. Apparently that's not the case, so that kind of changes things up a little bit too, huh? All right, yeah. Potency of 1,000 for the first enemy and 60% less for all other enemies. Okay. Well, you know, just use them as they come up. That's really the only advice that I have for you at this point in time. There we go. Try and get in the middle there. Not really all that much different from what we're used to with Red Mage. Try and aim for the center, right? Right, and then bonk, bonk, bonk. Okay. And then I feel like Holy and White is just kind of like a filler, maybe? Okay. So yeah, it kind of feels like maybe using your Swift Cast on your motifs might be the way to go. Because they do take a little bit of time, right?
Very well. If you will not be discouraged.
Maybe. Which one are you going for first, buddy? Left or right? Okay. Use our hammer as kind of our just kind of go-to, right? Nice, nice. Hey, on over here. I don't know if I made it in time. Hey, I did. Nice, Sue. Okay. All right. I mean, I definitely have fun with it. It's kind of confusing, but like it is a lot of fun. It's keeping me active and engaged. I can only imagine what it's going to feel like. Like, you know, we're doing Mount Ghoul right now. We've run this how many times in our life? I imagine it might be a little bit more frustrating in a raid environment when you're still kind of when it's still so new, right? And before we have all of the set rotations down, but I think we're getting there. I don't think it'll take too long to figure out, right? All right, let's go. You guys doing this? All right. Okay. Try and fit in everything we can into this window right here, right? What do we got first? The Fortissimo, maybe? Okay. All right, and get our hammer back up.
Stop them, damn you! I don't care what it takes!
You might be able to kind of save your motifs for like things like this coming up, like the transitions too, right? Here we go. Burning. Yep. Another wing up. Alright, so now we've got the transition coming up here. Right? The other nice thing is it doesn't seem like there's really... Okay, so they do have a timer. So that's good to know. Alright. Want to make sure that we're using our hammer time when we can. Right? Okay. Use swift cast on the hammer. There we go. Just go ahead and get that out of the way. And yeah, we just start painting. Build up the palette right here. Yeah, getting it all to line up with Starry Skies, that's gonna be the hard part. There we go. We got Starry Skies coming up here in like 2 seconds, right? We gotta wait for this.
Keep your guard up.
Like, I would like to have 50 paint. And not all that different from when I'm trying to line up with my red mage, right? Yep. And now we burn, right? Okay. Let's keep it going. I would assume. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Bonk again. Alright, so Starry Skies is ended there. There we go. Hey. Go ahead and get our shield up. Okay. We don't have to worry about Starry Skies for a bit. We can do that now. Hey, where we at? Okay, here we go. There we go. Okay. Bonk again. Okay, and I can't really tell if it's going any faster compared to a normal trust run. So it's kind of hard to gauge how I'm actually doing with it right now. I feel like we're doing all right. I haven't died yet. That's the most important part, right? Yeah, it's really trying to line up just all of the kind of crazy stuff, right? Hey, glamours for Alley are now available. Nice. But yeah, I definitely dig it. Definitely a lot of fun. But yeah, it's gonna take some practice. It's gonna take some time. You know, maybe looking at a couple of guides. But I feel like I'm starting to get a feel for it. It's just what to do during that burst window more than anything else. Trying to figure out how all of that is all lined up, right? Yeah, I do really, really like it, right? That being said, it is time. So if you did not want to be spoiled by MSQ stuff, we're going to start the MSQ. So yeah, we got the Pictomancer things down. Now it's time to try some new stuff. All right. Yeah, we'll be doing Pictomancer on and off, in addition to other things. You know, we've got a lot of content that we get to enjoy here. So, you know, there's really no rush. Hey, there we go. Well, I like the new little graphic that lets you know which one's your favorite destination. That's pretty cool. And we had a couple of other things here too. Before we start the MSQ, so we've got, oh god, hunts. All right, let's get those nuts ready. Hold on to your nuts, fellas. And of course, we still need to unlock a Viper too. That's a whole other one. Where am I? Where am I going? I genuinely don't know. It's kind of weird. It's kind of an odd layout. Wonder, I'm kind of scared for what the queues are going to end up being like once we get to the first dungeon. Well, let's go ahead and unlock this. There we go. Might as well. I really don't even. I don't really do anything with the sightseeing logs. I know some people are all about filling out the book. I really have never done it. If I see one, I see one. We do a little bit with it. All right. Now, where was that other one? Okay. Like down there. Sure, this place is gonna have some pretty good jumping puzzles. Okay. I heard some people complaining about the music here. Like, not that it's bad. Like, they like the music. They just said that it doesn't fit. They're like, what are you talking about? This music owns. This music can fit anywhere you want. There is always a good time for smooth jazz. Oh god. Oh god, the stutter. So many people. Hey. Hey, speaking of, how you doing? You doing? Look out, I guess. Alright, hunt time. Give me those nuts. I'm guessing we don't really get to unlock any of the gatherer crafter stuff until we are actually out in the other area, right? Like, we can switch over, but I don't think it's gonna make too much of a difference, right? If I switch over to botany, I don't think there's anything here. I can unlock the leaves. That's really about it. Gotta go vaguely in this direction anyways. Maybe move one of my retainers over here. Okay. And of course, we know how leaves work, right? Nice, nice. Wing leaves. Kind of a fun name. All right, and then I guess I should have done it as my oh wait, this is the lodestar. Yeah, I was like, I knew that this was the relic. Okay. And turn in our hunts. Nice. While I'm here, I need to hit up that summoning bell. What do we have here? What do you have here? I'm just the little old lizard. Give me no mind. All right, so we have unlocked hunts. I don't know if it gives me anything good. Never really done a whole lot of hunts. I only really did them when I needed to backfill some gear for my tea set. That was really about it. Okay. Complete. Firm. Now, how do I... I can't remember how we actually get in here to determine which hometown is like the best one, right? Okay. I don't think there was anything better for it. Okay. Well, we'll just go ahead. Another quick exploration. That's fine. Maybe I talk to the retainer vocate, maybe? Oh, I actually sold something. Nice. Oh, I sold a couple things. Alright, I'll take that. I could use the money. Getting a little low. It's pretty bad when my RP alts have more money than I do. Do we have a retainer vocate here? I don't think we do. That's fine. Maybe it's up top? Let's take a look. What do you got for me, guys? Anything good? There we go. Retainer vocate. Dispatch a retainer to Tuliolol. We'll do Sterling. She's my main. Yes. So less of an issue there. All right. Yeah. You can definitely feel the weight of all of these people around. So between these two, I'm thinking the Pelu Pelu, just because they're new. Like, we've hung around the birds before. We did the whole Sea of Clouds. Let's try something new, shall we? So, first zone, Pelu Pelu. Zamauka. Come available once you've completed the quest series, beginning with the approachable Pelu. Urkopacha, let's go. What is it you'd like to know? Our main concern was confirming the state of the road ahead. As I recall, to reach Urkopacha, we depart from the Arch of the Dawn, then take the road west at the first fork. Should we be wary of anything along the way? It is indeed the way to Urkopacha. After the damage wrought by the recent downpour, however, you'd be doing more the stumbling than walking. But do take heart. When it comes to rugged terrain, we have the most dependable solution available. Come with me. Oh? Alpacas? Alpaca time? We'll be back to talk with you in good time, friend Hanu. Meanwhile, you can eat and drink to your fill at the Bali of Tay. It's all been arranged. Nice Matoya's hat there. It's a shame it's not dyeable. I do like my Matoya's hat, but I have so little reason to use it when I can't dye it. Maybe for my Black Mage Glamour one day. Hit me with that piano. We haven't even really left the main city yet. I'm still I'm having so much fun with this expansion already. I really am. I'm excited to see where it ends up taking us. Excited to hit the raves at the end of the expansion. These guys. May I introduce you to our most dependable companion, the alpaca. Oh no. Wu Klamat's getting PTSD. Having flashbacks. These animals can traverse Urkopacha's steep terrain hills as if they were gentle fields, and all while carrying heavy loads. Our merchants would be lost without them. So they fill much the same niche as our chocobos back home. You don't have alpacas in Eorzea. Alpacas are native to Yogg-Tyrol. Eorzea has its chocobos, and the eastern lands have their horses. Why go to the trouble of breeding another pack beast in a place which ill suits its qualities and where it is not needed anyway? But must we ride these little monsters? I get the impression you aren't fond of alpacas. When I was small and a bit naughty, I went around pulling on their wool. One of them spat on me, and it was the foulest stench you can imagine. I see. What are they like to ride? Alpacas bred as mounts are inquisitive and docile. Even those without experience find them easy to handle. We're really doing this then. So, was my information useful to you? Yes, very helpful. Even if it wasn't what I wanted to hear. Good, I'll take my payment now. You want me to pay you? Come on, you live here. You should know how this works. You've been dealing with the Pelu Pelu for a while. I guess I should have expected as much from a Pelu merchant. Let me see what I have on me. The Pelu Pelu value the act of spreading joy through trade, as you should know. They take pride in making deals that benefit both parties. Here you go. A fair price for your fair advice. Made a trade with the third promise herself. My friends will never believe this. That's kind of cool. Love it. I love it. They're just excited to... It's like getting an autograph, man. I watched King of Collectibles. I know how this works. Now this Pelu's gonna resell this thing for like 100,000 gil. I shall be on my way now. I wish you safe travels. You go then, and thank you. I like the Pelu Pelu already. I better not get spit on again. You brought that on yourself. Remain calm and gentle, and so will they. I'm still not happy about this, but if we need to ride alpacas to reach your Capacha, then that's what we'll do. Right, Alizé knows what's up. Piston palm. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Kyra's at her full strength after using that Fantasia. I'm sure my hour has passed by now. 53 minutes, yeah. I got like 4 minutes left to do any changes, but I'm pretty happy with it. You know, I haven't changed her hardly any as it is, so.
Turali poets of yore sang of a mountain that would stand tall, even should all other lands sink beneath the sea. Indomitable and eternal, it arises from Urkopacha, the 100 peaks of time.
That's Denver.
Of all the beasts which crawl and fly, only the legendary Valigarmanda could hope to disturb the summit's serene majesty. Yet, with that flying calamity imprisoned by the Dawn Serpent,
for now,
great feat remains for those who would claim the throne.
So this is Urkopacha. I've never actually been here before.
I don't really see any alpacas right now. I was led astray. Yeah, this is basically Denver when you look at it. It's giving me Colorado vibes.
The air is so crisp and clear. Mountains everywhere you look.
Right. Now, we need to find the most important thing here, which is some beefcake cactuar. That's the goal. I'm assuming it's here because I see cacti back there. Show me those cakes. You know, that's what we're all after, isn't it? This is Balmong. We have standards. I kind of wonder if maybe they just like... If Yoshi P was doing another round of tea and was just staring at Living Liquid going, you know, we can do something with this. I wouldn't be surprised if these new cactuars use the Living Liquid like a base skeleton. The jiggle physics. Those jiggle physics are going to haunt me until the end of my days.
That one massive peak in particular has quite the presence. It puts me in mind of Somal.
That remind me of Somal.
The tallest mountain in Yogg-Tural. Its sheer height makes it an imposing climb. But there are other reasons the ambitious keep their distance.
Oh, and what reasons would those be?
Oh, do tell.
Where to begin?
Excuse me, but you're Wook Lamat, are you not? I hadn't thought to encounter one of the Dawn's promise here of all places. But I should introduce myself. I am Bol Nok, a weaver by trade.
So far, I've noticed something with this expansion. All of the male Rothgars have the absolute worst haircuts in the boldest colors possible. And honestly, I kind of dig it. I really do. Give me the BTS Rothgar, right?
Well met, Bolnok. We're on our way to Watranpello.
Oh, truly, I've just come from there, as it happens. I'd asked the Pelu who sell me their wool to give me a tour of their alpaca ranch.
I do have to say that despite the haircuts, they did a really good job with the clothing. Like, I really, really love, like, their traditional dress that they've done here. Maybe it's just from all the time I spent out in LA and, you know, walking around Olvera Street and taking some of the tours down there and just, you know, seeing some of this stuff out and about. I dig it. I like it quite a bit. But it also, it makes me very hungry. We only have one place around here that sells horchata, and on a day like today, I could really use just a big old 32 ounce of that, right? Go get some street tacos later. We do have a really good street taco place.
The head rancher and I shared a bottle of mezcal while he explained the
Oh, God.
points of wool production.
All right, he's bottle of mezcal. Man, it is 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Mezcal, is that a local beverage?
It's an Urkopacha specialty. A spirit made from distilled agave heart juice.
Yes, and it must have done wonders for my mood, for I tripled my usual order of alpaca wool. They did offer me a discount, though, so it wasn't a bad deal in the end.
I'll figure out a way to use it.
But listen.
The detail on this is so good. I can't get over it, man.
To sleep. Goodbye, and safe travels.
Look at that texture. Look at that texture. It looks so good.
Oh, silly me. I almost forgot to say the thing I actually wanted to say.
Got a lead on this guide we gotta find?
Peace for Tural. I agree with your vision, Third Promise. You have my support in your bid for the throne. I gather from his tale we would be foolish to underestimate Pelu merchants.
Ugh. There must always be a Lalafell stand-in. Here we go again.
Yes, they do more than run the markets in Tuliolal. Pelu peddlers can be found everywhere in Tural, traveling from place to place on their sturdy alpacas. They are effusive and engaging speakers, and many's the customer who's been talked into spending more than they bargained for.
They won't find this customer so easily charmed.
Oh, really? What was it at the alpaca farm? You gave out some gifts so easily.
Watranpello's down the path, off the main road. Don't get lost.
It's right there.
Look for the big aetherite. Now, here we go again. You know it's coming. New area, new expansion. Aether compass. Ooh. 207 yalms to the southwest. So we're gonna go there in style. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Specially concocted brew. Refreshing citrus aroma, you don't say. Oh yeah, buddy. Oh yeah, we're gaming. This is what it's like to be a gamer. Give me that Baja Blast. Now we just need a gamer subs mount, right? It's only a matter of time. Where am I going? Where do I gotta go to find this thing? It's very pretty. I mean, to be honest, I probably would not have drank nearly that much Mountain Dew if it wasn't a really cool looking mount. Because it is genuinely, like, pretty nice. I can't lie. I do really enjoy it. Man, that's more Mountain Dew than I've had in years. It's probably the most Mountain Dew I will have for the foreseeable future. Alright, but we got that done. Alright, so now the important part. Let's, not you. So one of these things. Here we go. Let's see how this is gonna handle, right? Okay. Okay. So they did change the graphic for Jolt 2, which is a little interesting. Okay, I can see it. Do we have any training dummies down here? You know, we've had fun exploring the new lands and learning about the people and cultures of Tyrol, right? But now we get into the weeds. We're gonna be hitting up quite a bit of the actual combat stuff soon. Obviously, as you're talking the red guide maker, we got to kind of get into the weeds in terms of what's changed, what's different, what stays the same. There really wasn't a whole lot that I saw that had changed exponentially, but if they are doing a little bit more with the like progressive button system, like we're gonna have to figure that out. Like that's gonna be a whole lot of, you know, muscle memory we're gonna have to change up. And for me, you know, I'm looking at my tooltips and looking at my bars quite a bit. So like just the Jolt 2, Jolt 3 change, that kind of changes things up a little bit too. Like it's gonna take me a little bit to kind of get used to the fact that like, oh, that's Jolt. So we gotta kind of keep that in mind too. But yeah, I'm not super concerned. You know, it just fighting those rams, it feels kind of like the standard red mage that we all know. But obviously we're going to be adding a couple of buttons and stuff later on, so we gotta kind of keep that in mind. Try and figure out what we're gonna get rid of, what we're gonna fill, where we're gonna put stuff. You know, all the usuals, all the standards. This is it. Watching Pelu, home of the Pelu Pelu. Uklamat should have arrived before us. We were like right behind her. It was 2 feet away, man. Where'd she go? That's not good. But now, arguing with the Pelu Pelu? You've come all this way for the right of succession. Oh, so this means I'm exchanging words with the future Dawn Servant. Please, the outcome is far from decided, but it is a possibility. How fortunate, then, that I deal in cloaks woven from especially luxurious alpaca wool. Such a garment would look magnificent when draped over the shoulders of our budding ruler. Oh no. Oh no, she's got the heart of a Stinian in her. This is bad news. And a nation's ruler should dress her best. These trucks, I'm sorry. Midday, we're just gonna have to deal with it. Yeah, ignore them when you hear them running around in the background, okay? Nation's ruler should dress her best for her Durrani people, right? Finery for our finest lady, that's right. Come, third promise. My well-stocked shelves are but a few steps away. Finest lady? I like the sound of that. Alright, I suppose a quick look wouldn't hurt. What did we just talk about? Aaronville, when did you... Nah, Shitona from far-off Zoctaral. Northern winters are bitterly cold affairs, I'm told. I cannot imagine how you survive them without a lovely warm cloak of quality alpaca wool. Oh, he's a gleaner. He's dealt with worse. Sure, he's got more than enough supplies. No, thank you. I'm not in need of new clothes at the moment, and neither is the third promise. Perhaps another time. Of course. My shop door is always open. That glance. You were saying something about not being easily charmed? I was just... As I mentioned previously, the Pelu people live for bringing happiness through trade. They won't cheat you or sell you defective goods. They will, however, disarm you with their deft turns of phrase, and unwitting customers like Wuklamat fall prey to this affable approach time and time again. Your only recourse is a clear and firm refusal. They won't pursue the matter should you make your disinterest plain. Bill insight into the minds of the Pelu Pelu. Let's all take Aaronville's words of caution to heart. Yeah, Alphino. You wouldn't happen to have any experience of overpaying for things you don't need, do you? Surely that's not you. They know. They remember. Only a few short expansions ago. Nice. Now let me change this up real quick. I want to make sure that I didn't miss something. Right? Okay, so we don't have... Oh. Go. We're gonna stock up all we can. Oh my god, I've got so much crap. Well, you know. Don't win them all. It's kind of amazing that even with all of my gear... Now, like, I could stand to do a little bit more with some of my clothing items, but, like, I've got the Lodestar, right? And it's still only 88%, right? But, we can boost that up. That's fine. Or actually, you know what? Let's go ahead. Let's do Blessed Harvest. Go ahead and get this stuff up and running. Yeah, I need to make a stop back in Limsa sooner than later. I really need to unload some of this stuff. I did not do as good of a job cleaning out my bags as I should have before we started the expansion. I just got so much garbage. Most of it's food. I mean, I'll get through that eventually. But yeah, some of this other stuff, it's gotta go. Oh, and now that we're actually out and about in the world, I need to make sure to remember our friendly Chocobo. I gotta get it leveled up. Speaking of, how is it? Oh, is it time already to use another Thavnarian onion? Wow. Whoever would have imagined. Gonna see if I can make it. I doubt I'm even remotely close enough to the level to get this thing, right? Whatever it happens to be. But we're gonna give it a shot. We gotta try. At least uncover a few things here. So we're headed in the right direction. Hopefully it'll be near this, this lush vegetation patch. Yeah, these first couple of weeks are gonna be really important if you're trying to stock up on your gil funds, right? Maybe not right now, but like as we get closer to Savage opening, like yeah, that's gonna be a big thing, right? Okay. Ah, there we go. Okay, so it's on the other side. I can't even get to it right now. That's fine. That's okay. We'll make do. Then of course we also have our mining stuff we got to worry about. So we'll get a little bit of everything. Just kind of stock up. Keep it in our back pocket. Get some of that up and running for some of our crafters, right? Do we want snow cotton or eucalyptus? Probably both, honestly. I think this is all the base stuff. We've got plenty to go around. We're gonna be looking at these plants a lot over the next 2 years or so. But might as well get a head start, right? My bags. My poor bags. Oh no. Just one run of Mount Gulg and we see how it's going. All gone to shit, Kupo. You have... Oh, look at that cake. Look at that cake. Yeah. This is Balmung. This is Final Fantasy XIV. You know it. You love it. Would you love me if I was a pineapple? Look, I gotta get my kicks where I can, because I certainly have no cake of my own. I have no ass and I must sit. No cotton. Okay, and then on the road back, you know, do a little bit of mining along the way too. We might as well. I'm sure there's plenty of stuff that's kind of close by that we don't have to worry about. Yeah, every little bit counts. Might as well get those levels up. We're gonna use it. I'm just staring down the alchemy well and knowing it's gonna be worse than I could possibly imagine. Right? Like, it's gonna happen. There's just no way to avoid it. Oh yeah, I should really remember to be pressing this like every second, right? Oh, let's not forget our alpaca keep. Our Choco buddies for this expansion. Oh, and our gemstone traders. So yeah, we can start getting in on some fates too. Right? Do they have anything good? Let's find out. I don't think I have any gemstones for right now. I feel like I used most of them trying to make some crafting stuff. Running around Elpis, doing all of that BS, right? Okay, now this one I do not have the lodestone for. We gotta kind of be a little careful here. Anything good? Here we go. Head over here. Yeah, maybe it's on the other side. Maybe there's nothing on this half. Maybe I really do have to go like elsewhere, right? It is kind of odd that there's like no mining anywhere around here. Feels very, very odd. 365 yalms to the south. Okay. We're going to be going there eventually. We'll do botany on the way back. We'll just, we'll shore up our bags a little bit. Try and get what we can. Thankfully, you know, this little spot right near the entrance is highly convenient. Probably not the best of things. Like these, I don't think had the snow cotton, right? It's just the aloe. That's fine. When, you know, modern recipes require 6 or 7 of these things at a time. Some of them, I think, even require 10. I don't know about the current expansion, but I definitely remember some things happening the last time around, right? So we might as well. There are our striking dummies. Okay. Get in here. Let's do this real quick. Oh yeah, that thing, right? Okay. Really nothing new that I can see. Now, we don't have any of the new moves yet, so gotta keep that in mind. Yeah, so it looks pretty standard. Nothing's really changed on that end. Just a new graphic for Jolt, and that's really about it. Which is fine. I'm cool with that. I was just really worried our melee combo was going to be, you know, one of those automatic things, right? Which isn't a bad thing. It's just I'm not used to it, right? When you're playing at the high levels, right? Like any little change to your muscle memory's gonna make a pretty big difference. It's gonna take a little bit of time to get back into it. Right, but that should be good. All right, so really nothing new. We'll be fine. We got this. Go ahead and get in here on the MSQ. Yeah, it's at some point soon. You know, I might take a quick break. I need to wipe my screen, man. It's I don't know where most of this dust is coming from, but it's pretty bad. It's pretty nasty. But yeah, I'll probably make a quick trip back to Limsa as well and just try and clear out a little bit of this stuff. It's pretty rough, as you can see. A lot of this I don't even need anymore. Not my finest moment, I'll admit, but now that we're here, let's do what we came to do. Find the Elector. Allow me to propose a strategy, then. Trial, Alizé, and I will speak with the merchants. Wukalamat, you and Aaronville might try approaching travelers and passerby. Ira, pray investigate any of the other establishments which catch your eye. Should we learn aught of use, let us relate it to the third promise. Alright, will do. Alright, distillery worker, you got anything for me? Sometimes it's the common man that hears the most. Bondservant Selector. I thought you were a new face in town. Here for the right of succession, I take it. Me, I don't care much who sits on the throne so long as they keep Teralt peaceful. Look at that armor. Look at... I can't really get a good shot here, but... Look at the detail on that shoulder pad. So good. People tend not to be in the mood to relax and sip our excellent mezcal once arrows and spears start flying, if you know what I mean. Speaking of which, would you like a cup? A joy shared is a joy doubled, I say. Nope, firm refusal. Right, yes, you were asking about that Elector business. Being but freshly returned from my trading route, I've heard that there's a contest afoot, but not much else. Our head ledger, Tobley, could probably tell you more about it. That's kind of cool. Sure, we'll get a mini version of that as a mount at some point. Let's... Ran away again. Trying to get a close-up. Electors, so yes, I've heard all about the right of succession. They're looking to put a new ruler on the throne, eh? Personally, I'm ruling for Zeralja. First promise wins, he'll look to expand our sphere of influence. That means access to more resources and more customers in the thousands column, potentially. So many new trading opportunities to spread happiness far and wide. Others have been coming around to my way of thinking, so I've begun crafting goods inspired by the resilient sun. Would you care to purchase something? No, I would not. Very well. You said you wanted to know about the Elector. I could help you, but I won't. I can tell you're no supporter of Zeralja or his policies. Switch this up. Cool. Okay, I'm just double checking. We don't have extra quests popping up. Maybe I have to do it as a crafter. Maybe I need to go back to Tulio Hall. Moblu, you're named. That's a good sign. Hello there, I'm Moblu. Did you have a question for me? I'm sorry, I don't know about any electors. You should take a moment to see our prized alpacas before you leave, though. Oh, but be sure to admire them from a respectable distance. Get too close and our nervous darlings may be tempted to spit on you, and that stuff stinks. Happened to a visiting buyer not too long ago. Tobley, that's the head rancher, was so mad at me for not giving a proper warning. No one makes a mistake without Tobly noticing. He knows everything that happens on this ranch, so it sounds like Tobly's the one we gotta talk to, huh? Alright, up we go then. Come on. There we go. Alright, you know this Tobly? Seen them around your city at any point? You really have to watch yourself around these silver-tongued peddlers. Almost bought a bottle of mezcal. And a stack of blankets. And then there was this enchanting ornament. Anyway, I did manage to learn that Tobly is the man to talk to about this contest. If only they'd share where this head ledger of theirs is to be found. Really, he's also the head rancher. Well, the alpaca ranch is not far from here. I say we pay it a visit before the others return. And why not all go together? Okay, be that way. So I'm guessing it's like up there somewhere, maybe? Oh no, it's actually in town. I see. I thought it was going to be one of those little side little villages we saw earlier. I gotta say, I mean, aside from just so many people, everything's running pretty good with the new graphic updates. I don't really have any complaints. I don't know if there were anything else that I missed. Like, I don't see anything in terms of, like, the grass settings and all of that. Yeah, grass quality. Alright, right now we've got FXAA on. Okay. Yeah, so we're holding steady at like 45. And that's with everyone here. Yeah. Really not too bad. I can handle 45. I don't need like 144 like every second that I'm gaming. We'll be okay. Probably actually helps us stream a little bit too, now that I think about it. With how weird some of the compression gets here on YouTube. That is a lot of alpacas. Still, we know the head ledger should be here somewhere. Can't let fear deter me. Not to say that I'm scared, of course. Smells. Eh. I hate my face. I love it. Excuse me, is one of these workers Tobly? Tobly? Oh, yes, he likes to mingle with the ranch hands and keep an eye on things. I can't tell you which one he is, though. You can't? Is this part of the contest? All I can say is that Tobly often mentions his favorite pungent subject. He also can't resist a profitable trade, though who among us could, am I right? Still, if you bring him a very good deal, he might let his identity slip. Heh, so it's like a game. Easy enough. All I have to do is offer Tobly a deal he can't ignore. No problem at all. Well, maybe one problem. I don't think my purse is deep enough to pay for everyone we might think is Tobly. Let's ask him some questions first to narrow down the field. Great. We can meet back here to share our impressions. Obviously, I'm not Tobly. I mean, oops, I shouldn't have said that. You're meant to go find out for yourself who Tobly is, or if an elector is even in the village at all. Good luck. You there. Stop in the name of the law. Ah, a visitor from across the salt, if I'm not mistaken. Be warned, the alpacas will spit if you startle them. I suggest you keep your movements slow and deliberate. Well, everyone's gathered there, so I'm guessing that's where we're gonna find Tobly. Spoiler, I guess. My Tobly? Yes, that's me. Excellent work for the Third Promise Center entourage. Sharp instincts. Shall we commence the rite of succession, then? You think I might be Tobly? Well, maybe I am. All I will say that is, in this village, none have reared more alpacas than I. I see we're both done with our interrogations. So, who do you think it is? I have my suspicions, but let's hear your pick. I was thinking it would be the diligent one, right? The worker's so intent on stable chores. I had my eye on that one too. Time to rip the mask off our mystery ranch hand, so to speak. I feel like, yeah, if you're the master rancher, you're gonna be pretty diligent with your flock, right? We know it's you, Tobli, and to prove it, I propose a deal. A generous sum of coin for confirmation of your true identity. An offer I gladly accept. As you have correctly guessed, I am indeed Tobli, head ledger of the Wakanpelo, and head rancher of the family ranch. Also one of Kalujaja's chosen electors. Excellent. So what trial do you have for us? Ah, in a place featured in the Tulio Law Saga, just as we thought. I was right to trust your instincts, and I wager this won't be the last time. Found you out fair and square, Tobli. I'm glad she did. Would have been a pity if I had her bid ended here. So tiny. I'm guessing they just use like the children year models, right?
Deducing the Dawnservant Selector was the first step of the feat. Too simple a task for this aspiring.
Oh, now the challenge comes.
Right. Not hard at all.
This guy. This nerd.
Zorolja.
I am told the head ledger, Tobli, is to be found here.
You have to guess which one of us is Tobli. That's part of the test.
Oh. 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 Uh-oh. No, you gave it away. Ah.
Tobli.
Without even asking a single question. Very impressive indeed. With that amusing prologue out of the way, we can proceed to the actual challenge.
All right, what do you got for us?
Per the Dawn Servant's instructions, I was free to devise any manner of feat. I considered a number of possibilities in the 10th column. But I think I have a good one.
Gotta make some money.
You must go forth and capture for me
Oh no.
an alpaca.
Capture one. Okay. Well, it's not the worst quest I've ever done.
While I've not had the best experiences with alpacas, aren't they generally docile creatures? That doesn't sound like much of a challenge.
Bring out the example.
Oh no. Got its own nickname. That's not a good sign.
This is a special kind of alpaca. Would you please approach the animal, third promise?
Oh no. Oh no.
Who? Me? Well, it should stay calm if I stay calm, right? That's what Erinville said.
You can do it, Wuklamad. I believe in you. Oh. Oh no. Oh. Oh no.
The little monster spat on me!
And it's so sticky too.
All of it stinks. I can't.
Alpacas are paradoxical creatures, being both extremely curious and extremely cowardly. Press your luck when they're frightened, and you'll get a face full of spit, as you've all just witnessed.
Well, you know, same.
Has an awful stench, their expectoration. The globs contain half-digested food, you see, making it an effective deterrent against perceived threats.
Oh.
Wild valley breed like this one are especially timid and can therefore be quick to lash out. They're also especially hardy.
Indeed. We take the rugged wild alpacas and breed them with our gentle domesticated stock. This produces the strong but biddable pack animals prized by our traveling merchants.
Okay, well, off we to go to the races then.
That's all well and good, but did I need to bathe an alpaca spit for you to make your point?
So, the task is to catch a wild alpaca.
That is correct. But be warned that it is a feat easier said than done. I suggest you prepare well before you enter the valley where the...
Alright, is this gonna be like a new kind of mechanic thing, or is it just gonna be like we chase that troll?
And by you, I mean the claimants only. Allies are not permitted to assist with the catching.
Ah, okay. Maybe I don't have to worry about it.
The alpacas will help me judge which of you is worthy of receiving a keystone.
Alright, Wuklamad, you can catch a good one.
So I'm to chase down a fluffy, spitting demon, and that somehow proves I'm fit to rule?
As I said, the Dawn Servant granted me the freedom to decide my challenge. And when you reach the end of the rite, I dare say you will understand why I chose what I chose.
So you can learn persistence. Not giving up in the face of danger.
Very well. This won't take long.
Wait! Didn't I warn you this was easier said than done? There are preparations to be made, factors to consider.
A beast is a beast. All yield to strength.
This guy. This jerk.
So far, this experience has done absolutely nothing to improve my opinion of alpacas.
Sorry, you're on your own on this one.
But that doesn't mean I can't do this. Revolting spit aside, they're just another animal.
Where you guys been? A little late to the party.
Are you alright, Wuklamad? We thought we heard you scream.
Taking your time waltzing on over, huh?
The third promise does not scream. It was more of a startled yelp.
Scream, in other words.
Alright, so how's this gonna be done? How am I involved in all this?
Did you find the Elector?
Oh, we certainly did.
I had to go and wash that nasty stuff off my face. I think I got all of it. But would you mind taking a sniff for me, just to be sure? The stench has ruined my sense of smell. Want me to smell you? Okay. Hey, I saw that look. Alright. So we're gonna take like a quick break real fast. Just, and I'm getting really it's like really hot out. So I'm getting kind of sweaty. Wipe down my screen, and yeah, and then you know, we're gonna do a quick side detour, just take care of some errands, clean up some of these bags a little bit as best as we can, and then yeah, we'll be back to some MSQ. But yeah, give me like 10-ish minutes. We'll see how it goes. All right. All good. Stand up. You stretch. Feeling all right. Let's yeah, let's go ahead. Let's go exchange some of these items. Put a couple on the market board. Yeah, I mean, you know how it is. We'll be back in a little bit. But yeah, I feel like we're gonna have to get this done before it gets really, really crazy, right? I am very curious how this trial's gonna go. I'm sure there's gonna be a big cutscene with it. Who knows if something weird happens? I don't know. I just want to know when I get to beat the crap out of Zerolja. More than anything else. He wants strength. How about the Warrior Light, right? Alright, everything's looking good. Feel like I can clear out most, if not all of this. There we go. I'm not just worried about my inventory chest, but I am very worried about my bags. Now, I think it's going to be about that time that we start clearing out some of my materia. Like, it's always kind of iffy about doing that kind of stuff, right? And I've been holding on to, like, all of this hypostatic stuff, too. And I guess I can get rid of some of that. We can discard that. The Lamplight Crook. Oh, that's right, I've got it glammed anyways. Yeah, like, I had been keeping most of this for my retainers. But now that we've got a new expansion, I'm kind of like, is it even worth it, really, at this point? Yeah, we can get rid of the Lamplight. Why not? Okay. Nice. Nothing. How much does this sell for? Oh, I mean, it sells for a decent amount. We'll go ahead and go up to the old market for that. Yeah, this is the stuff that I should have gotten done like ages ago. I was very bad about prepping. You know, that's the downside of trying to get a debut up and running right when an expansion's about ready to come out, right? Okay, any of y'all are fine. I'm not picky. There we go, there we go. All right, and how about some of this other stuff? You know, it's kind of rough because I'm not even sure how much any of this is even going to be worth at this point, right? All we can do is just kind of give it a shot. It looks like we're going to need the Alkahest at some point, so we're going to keep that. We're going to keep the crafter materia. Definitely don't want to give that up. But we can sell most of that. What about the 10s? Okay, 625. 9's probably 217 again. Yeah. So really just the 10s are the only ones we really have to worry about. We'll get more of that back too. 7s maybe. Some of this stuff is used for some of the old, like, ultimate content. So you can still find some pretty fair prices for some of them. 7s might be a little tricky, but the 8s can still go for a fair amount. Nice, nice fillers. Okay, 75 on that. Okay, a 450. Some of this, maybe because of Pictomancer, might be going for a fair amount too. Gotta get them paintbrushes up and running, right? Okay, it's probably not really gonna go for anything at all. That's fine. Once I get rid of all this materia, it's gonna go. So we can just get rid of all of the others. I can't really anticipate a really big reason I would need most of it. I don't even really know where most of it came from. I'm guessing it's just dungeon runs. Just stuff that's filled up over time, right? There we go. The food I can't really do a whole lot about because I actually do use some of it. Mostly for leveling things, right? Hey, that's much better. That feels much, much better. You got a bag and a half. A little more than half. Yeah, now we should be set. Now we can kind of grind out some of the, well, grind out some of the gathering items while we're out and about, right? That'll be nice. I think that was really just about the only thing that we needed to do while we were here. I think everything else should be well taken care of. Right, but I am very... See how this alpaca chase is gonna go. That's alright. We are in it. Like, I'm not anticipating stopping anytime soon. Things are getting serious. Why have I not... Is there like a new... Worrying news concerning Pharaoh Sirius. Did I never do that? On this character? Really? That's kind of a surprise. I mean, I guess I can go ahead and pick it up at some point. Have it ready to go. Nice. What's the deal? Mr. Working on the restoration barely made it out alive. Why have I never done that on this character? Maybe I just thought that this was like a PvP quest this whole time. Interesting. Yeah, you got the old Heavensward music too. So that's, man, that's a really old quest. Okay. Where are you? There we go. Walking Pello. Yeah, like, it's kind of nice today. Like, the whole family is out. I really cannot explain how rare of an occurrence this is, where I have the house to myself. So, like, I just kind of want to sit and veg out and enjoy it. Keep my doors open, get the air conditioning going, and I don't have to worry about people yelling at 3 o'clock in the morning or anything like that. Now, they'll be back later tonight, but yeah, it's the first time in a very long time that I've had the entire house to myself, and I genuinely don't even know what to do with myself at this point. I'm just kind of enjoying it. All right, 645. I doubt that's going to replace it. Yeah, it's going to be a while. We probably won't be replacing stuff until about 95, 96. As Wuklamat helped demonstrate, the Valley Alpaca are wary of people. Getting close enough to catch one will not be an easy task. He might have warned me about that earlier. I have enough trouble with tame alpacas. How do you expect me to wrangle a wild one? You're like standing right in front of one. You're fine. With a proper saddle, we infuse the leather with a relaxing scent that soothes the spitting beast. Wonderful. Give me one of those then. Won't be that easy. You guys are traders, remember? Perhaps you have forgotten we are a clan of merchants. If you want a taming saddle, then you'll need to find a saddler and make them an offer. They don't come cheap, of course. Crafting a saddle will cost you the equivalent of 10 pel, in the thousands column. Buddy, I own a lounge. I can afford it. You mean 10,000 pel? I don't have that kind of coin. According to Gil, that comes to around 1 million or so. Mayhap if we all pitch in. No, this is my feat to accomplish. I wouldn't feel right about having others pay the cost. I'll find the money, somehow. In that case... Huh? What's this? That basket of wool is worth the sum you paid me earlier. 1 pel in the hundreds column. Sum you paid me earlier. Okay, 1 pel. Fair enough. Beginning with the wool, you can trade for ever more valuable goods until you have something suitable to bargain with for the saddle. That's a nice gesture, but you think I can turn 100 pel into 1,000,000? That's 10,000 times more. We need 10,000 pel, not 1,000,000. So we're looking at 100 times more. Hell the gill. I don't blame it. It does get a little confusing. Oh, right. I panicked and got it confused with Alphino's million gil. I am not so sure about this trading idea. You were almost talked into buying a cloak you didn't need mere moments after you arrived. But I hate it when you're right. And let me help you with your deal making. Oh, hello again, Mablu. I work here as a ranch hand, but I've learned a lot about the peddler profession. It's alright if I aid them now, yes? I guided the claimants toward the first step of the feat like you asked. As long as Wuklamat goes alone to capture her alpaca, she is free to accept assistance from whoever she likes. Great, let's see about getting you that saddle then, third promise. I don't know why you made your offer, but I could use an ally with a break for bargains. Welcome aboard, Mablu. Should the rest of us stay behind, perhaps? It may be easier to haggle over prices without so many voices chiming in. Yeah, stay here and pitch in with the ranch work. With Mablu gone, I'll need the extra hands to tend to the alpacas. Gladly, although, Kyra, I think you should go with Wuklamat. You've seen markets and bazaars the world over and surely have sage advice to share. In that case, you should hold on to the alpaca wool. If it's misplaced or soiled in some way, you'll have nothing to bargain with. I've seen so much wool in my time, I could probably just go gather it myself at this point. As if I'd do such a thing. But I'll leave the wool with Kyra anyway. The better to keep my hands free. Again, I suggest we try trading the wool to Hobley, the saddler. He won't agree to the deal, of course, but it'll give us an idea of how much it'll accept for his wares. Ah. This is why we need a Pelu friend. He knows the ins and outs. Alright. At this point, I might one day be able to fight something. We'll see. I gotta say, like, we're pretty into it, and I haven't really had any battles yet. In that, you know, I don't mind. I like the story-based stuff, right? But I know there are a lot of people that are like, that do get a little frustrated with how long it takes in FF14 to actually get into combat quests, right? A lot of running back and forth. And of course, it's a little bit harder on my voice like this, too. I can't lie. It's gonna be a sobering few days getting this MSQ done. Something I can do for you. We've come to bargain. I need one of your special taming saddles to catch a wild alpaca. A saddle, is it? And how much will you be paying for it? With this basket of fine alpaca wool. What use does the saddle maker have for wool? Besides, this would barely cover the cost of a single strap buckle. Offer me something I actually want. I feel like they're all in on it, too. Probably doesn't help. And what might that be? Mezcal. I'd like to nurse a cup a day's in while I inspect my finished work. Bring me a jug of quality stuff and you've got yourself a deal. Really? That's it? I don't have any mezcal, but I can go get a bottle of Everclear for you if you want. Sorry, moving things. There we go. Bodes well for us, third promise. Such mezcal can be had for only 5 pel in the thousands column. Hold on. Did you say third promise? My offer has changed. The saddle is going to cost you a jug of premium mezcal, aged 3 years at least. 3 years? That stuff is valued at 10,000 pel or more. Why have you doubled the price? Because I support the man of ambition who will see my business prosper. Ralja will go to war and his cavalry will need saddles. Lots of saddles. Nothing personal, third promise, but I won't sell you my craft for anything less than my asking price. Health, okay. The water's warm. I need to switch it up, maybe go get some good old-fashioned sweet tea. Can't say that I blame him. I've known for champion peace, and peace is unlikely to bring more customers. Those are our grandparents' generation. Remember the dark days when the clans were at war. Many of these Pello pray for your victory, Wolflamat. Younger ones, though, to them, strife and bloodshed are as children's stories. They think themselves safe from these horrors and take the peace we now enjoy for granted. Still others are unsatisfied with this quiet prosperity and crave the future the second promise envisions. They've become obsessed with innovations like the dirigibles that have made trade swift and easy. You have those like Havli convinced that the first promise's plans for conquest will afford them opportunities for great profit. What about you, Mablu? Aren't you of the younger generation? Or at least a year or two younger than me, I'd say. Oh, I was raised on the old tales. I memorized the accounts of what it was like when the Yakui ruled our village. That's why I offered to help. I want you to become the Dawn Servant to keep our nation from going back to the way it was. Well then, I'd better make sure I win the contest. The type of mezcal the saddle maker wants is so very expensive. And I can afford it, just where do I buy this stuff? Aren't we expecting to need a 10,000 pel from the outset? Nothing's changed, we just need to get on with it. I may not have a head for trade or a stomach for alpacas, but I won't give up with peace of Tuliolol on the line. Neither will I. We will make you Dawn Servant. Aiming for that 10,000 pel jug right away will only bring us failure and frustration. So let's try exchanging the wool for anything even a touch more valuable. The trick is to find someone who needs alpaca wool and is willing to trade at a loss to acquire it. Someone who supports your bid for the throne, for instance. Ah. Our the finely coiffed friend. Of course, the Weaver. Balnak was his name, I believe. He went out of his way to say that he agreed with my vision and he was here to buy wool. I think I remember the direction he was going, but for now let's head back to the road where we first met him. Will do. Alright. Before I forget. Okay, so there is one up to the north. Haven't really gone in that direction yet, though. Oh, we're at it. Might as well. Long climb ahead of us, friends. Get used to it. Which one's which? Ah, there we go. I don't mind. I feel like this is a good time to just kind of like get in the habit of doing this. I've never really done that for most expansions, right? Usually I end up doing the crafter gatherer thing after I'm already done with the MSQ. But I feel like if I can just get into the habit of doing this stuff along the way, it's just gonna make things easier in the long run, right? Hey, look, there's some alpacas. There you are. I guess we go down this road, huh? It's the spot. After Balnock talked to us, he walked off to the south. Going to Ikulvo's Inn. Most visitors to Wakanpelo end up staying there. Let's go and check, shall we? Alright, let's go. That's what that was. It was an inn. I understand. Let's go. See if we can find anything along the way. Be nice if there were just you know, a couple plants. I could stock up on that cotton and stuff for right now, right? Or not. maybe I made the wrong assumption. But it was worth a shot. You never know. Lush vegetation patch to the northwest. Got it. Okay, so it was over here. Yeah. Yeah, so it's like on the ridgeline up above. But I don't know if it's any different than the ones that are right by the entrance, right? Yeah, same thing. That's fine. We'll go ahead and take it anyways. Might as well. How are we doing? Gotta be up to, yeah, we're up to 50. I can make good time roaming around here. Yeah, so the others were over in that patch, over to the west. East, okay. It's like up there near the farm, I guess. I mean, that looks like a questy area. I'm assuming we'll go up there at some point. In fact, let me double check here. Let's take a look. Once I'm away from the mobs. Take a look and see. I don't think I have any of the extra stuff unlocked yet. I'm sure I don't have any like level 91 recipes. But I don't know. Maybe they did go ahead and add them. I've never really taken a look right when the expansion comes out, so I genuinely don't know. Weaver, maybe? Okay. Alright, so can I make anything? Oh, I can. Good to know, good to know. So I'm gonna need a lot of this stuff. The cotton cloth in particular seems like it's gonna be a big one. We can get in on some of that here in just a little bit. Let me double check my portrait and all that. Hey, there we go. Save. Nice. How's my adventure play looking? After using Fantasia, make your play public by updating its appearance or settings. Okay. How do I do this? There we go. Nice. Okay, character. Close. Gotcha. Edit portrait. Can I not use the one that I've got? There we go. What did I do for the lighting? How did I get the preset? No. Got the crystal in conflict. Save. Can't remember how I got that lighting, right? Get profile, okay, save. Privacy settings, everyone confirm. Gotcha. Yeah, I can't remember how I got that. Which one is that? End of an era. Okay. End of an era and Crystal in Conflict 1. Gotcha. Now I know. Now I get it. Apply to adventure plate. Yes. Issue. There we go, much better. You gotta make sure that's up and running. We're not gonna be using it for a couple more levels. Hey, how's it going? Ohio. I have that basket, Kyra. Yes. Yeah. Almost unplugged my computer. Whoops. My bad. Thanks. Now let's see if we can turn a profit. You can do this. I believe in you. Worst comes to worst, I'll just pay for it. I got the cash. I don't rely on me, please. Well, Nock, I'm glad we found you. Are you interested in making a trade? Third promise, you wish to do business with me? Might I ask what this is all about? Explaining, fade to black. I see. So the goal is to turn that basket of wool into a jug of 3-year-old premium mezcal. Then allow me to invest in your efforts. Yeah, that's right. It's an investment, and an investment of peace. And peace in Tural is what allows me to cross freely into the lands of my suppliers. Naturally, I would prefer the one pledged to preserve that peace win the throne. Thus do I humbly offer you this wool poncho, a small token that I pray contributes to your victory. Oh, that's fine craftsmanship. A garment like that would easily fetch 5 pel in the hundreds column. It's very generous, Bolnock. Thank you. I promise I won't let you down. I have every faith in you, Third Promise. May fortune bless your future dealings. I can't believe you quintupled your investment with your first deal. We're off to a spectacular start. Only because Kai remembered our weaver friend. All I did was hand over the wool. That's not true. The connections you build with people are vital. This is one of the most fundamental precepts of trading. One which you've instinctively mastered. Hey! They're VTubers. You think so? No, so. Now let's take our 500 pel poncho and trade it for something even more valuable. Slowly but surely we'll get up there. Here, Kyra, you take the poncho. If I lost it somehow, Aaronville will never let me hear the end of it. Still kind of wondering what Aaronville's, like, whole thing is, right? We dropped a couple teases. All set, our next deal is waiting to be found. I like that. I like that a lot. Nice little addition. Alright. Leveraging connections is a sound strategy, but we should also consider supply and demand. An individual in urgent need of a good poncho will offer more than a merchant simply looking to stock his shelves. That makes sense. But how do we know if someone needs a poncho? It's not like they really have a whole lot of rain right here, it looks like. Yeah, let's go after the people wearing the Dior, right? It's a nice sturdy poncho, but the design is traditional. I don't think fashion is part of its appeal. Only those with a practical need would be interested. Hey, that's the obvious answer, isn't it? We look for a person without a poncho and hope they're eager to buy ours. Yes, there you go. We find the demand for our supply. So where should we begin our search for prospective buyers? There are any number of places, but we could do worse than starting right here at the inn. There might be interested travelers. He doesn't have a poncho. He doesn't have a poncho. Hey, who here needs a poncho? A lot of Mamulcha hardly wear anything to begin with. Those are probably Landsguard or sellswords. Mamulcha who soldier for a living prefer not to wear much above the waist. It hampers their movements. You gotta have the canon explanation for the bare-chested bros, right? Even if they have bared shoulders, Mamulcha carrying arms can be struck off the list. Okay. Nodding. But for not carrying arms, he's already got a poncho. Let's see, no cloak or coat, but also no weapon. Oh, we might have a winner. Oh there, friend. You're not a mercenary by trade, right? I was curious about your bold choice of dress, or lack thereof. No choice of mine, believe me. I was attacked by beasts on the way here and barely escaped with my scales intact. My coat was not so lucky. I'm actually a toolmaker from Tulia Law, and was dressed quite smartly. All the better to show the Pelu I am a man who takes pride in his appearance, and therefore his work as well. But now look at me. Well, sir, this is your lucky day. Present the poncho. Poncho presented. Oh, what a splendid poncho. This would be the perfect replacement for the coat I lost. We'd be willing to part with it if you'd like to make a trade. Or one of your fine tools, perhaps. What about this hatchet? I crafted it myself and will vouch for its quality. I too can craft hatchets. Let me be the judge. Blade looks sharp, the haft well made. I'd value it at 1 pel in the thousands column. Oh, from 500 to 1,000. We have a deal. Wonderful. Fine garments such as this should be put on even footing with any Pelu merchant. Like the eponymous owner of Miplu's mate garden, for one. Field hands use hatchets to harvest the mate, and I thought to impress her with the tool I sold you. No matters, I have other wares to sell. Glad I am to have met you. You hear that? We've already found our next buyer. To Miplu's mate garden we go. Yes, but it's a fair distance on foot. We should take alpacas. Well, I guess we gotta ride one at some point, huh? This will be one of the calm ones, right? Bear with me, I'm gonna refresh the old chat. Boom. There we go. See if that helps anything. Excellent trade. 500 to 1,000. Only were this easy in real life. Here's an idea. I give you content and you give me views. How's that sound? Does that sound like a fair deal? All you gotta do is like and subscribe. Help us hit that 1,500 subs. We are well on our way. Well done recognizing that toolmaker is a potential customer. You've a mind to change professions, you'd make an excellent merchant. It blends in with the rest of my body. That's all right. You know, I guess I can roll with it. Before we get moving, you should be the one to hold this. With that, I suppose we should hop on the alpacas Mablu has so kindly provided. There. Ready to go. Let's mount up. Begin the alpaca ride. Oh, we actually got to control it. Okay. Oh, no, we don't. Nice. I like their running animation. That's very cute. I still don't trust them. Yeah, I can't keep up with this chat. Now, Wuklabot learning to love alpacas. Babalu espousing the benefits of alpacas. There you go. Yeah, I'm sure we're going to be going up there at some point. A forbidding sight, isn't it? One I've never appreciated up close. Take the long way around the cliffs to get there. To the highlands belong to the Yakui. Ah, so we're finally going to get to see them, huh? Guessing that was like the friendly merchant guy in the benchmark. Well, I mean, you can raise the alpacas and then do some trading from there. That's basically how husbandry works. Oh, that's a very festive chocobo. Oh, hello, Noto Cactuar. Interesting name. Alright, so this was a little bit of a journey. A little bit further west than we went a little bit earlier. Made it, and without a single smelly incident. I sent the alpacas back to Ikulvo's Inn, so we'll walk along the main road when we return to the village. Speaking of roads to travel, you were adopted by the Dawn Servant, weren't you, Third Promise? That I was. Then perhaps you understand. I was an orphan too, you see. Tobly took me in. He took in all the ranch hands, actually. All of them? Yes, and everyone works hard at their chores, grateful for the opportunity to repay the head ledger's generosity. But here I am, the only one wanting to go off and be a merchant. Go, forge your own path. Make your adoptive father proud. Sorry, I don't know why I'm telling you this. You need to keep trading things for your saddle if you're to prepare for the feat of gold. As it's his mate's harvesting season, they can't have too many quality hatchets. And add to that Wuklabot's way with people, and we should have no trouble making a favorable deal. That's Miplu herself over there. Pass the hatchet to the Third Promise and let's get to bargaining. Let's do it. Hopefully this will give me my 10k. The pretty big trade, but after that it's just a matter of finding where to even get this mezcal, right? You have that little axe for me? I do. Thanks. Now to see what we can get for it. You're Miplu, the owner of these fields. I have a mind to trade if you're interested. Well, the Third Promise. I might be convinced to entertain a proposal. What do you have on offer? This hatchet, forged by a seasoned artisan, the razor edge of this exceptional tool will make light work of your crops. The quality is acceptable, I suppose. I offer you a large sack of mate leaves in exchange. Sack of mate leaves is valued at 1 pel in the thousands column. The same price as the hatchet. The steel wouldn't bring us any closer to the mezcal. If I may, Mistress Miplu, it's harvesting season, is it not? Does not the demand for hatchets afford them a higher value? It is indeed the season, which is why I procured an ample batch of tools well in advance. We've missed the window for demand. In that case, we'll have to fall back on connections. Think of it this way, a generous deal here will put you in the Third Promise's good graces. Surely that's worthy of consideration. I do not wish to give offense, but I must tell you that I stand with the Second Promise. His innovations will improve every aspect of our lives. I believe, including farming. I will no longer have need of hatchets. I assure you that I have nothing but respect for Wuklamot, and that is why I am prepared to purchase a spare hatchet at a fair price. I suppose that is fair given your reasons. We ourselves would be no better off for the transaction. How about this then? If we were to help bringing in your harvest, would you give us a better deal? As a matter of fact, I would. Until Koana's reforms come about, I can always use more hands in the fields. Then you can go ahead and add our labor to the bargain. Oh, working? Whoever would have imagined such a thing? Good value to tip the scales. How could I have forgotten one of the most basic rules of trading? You can rest here if you like, Mablu. Kyra and I have mate to gather. Oh no, I'm helping too. Off to the fields then, and mind you pick the healthy leaves. It'll take good 5 bundles from each of you. Alright, I am going to go real quick and get some iced tea, cool off for a second. It's so hot, and this water bottle that I have, it's very warm. It's really doing nothing for me. So yeah, give me a few minutes. It feels like a good time for another break. And yeah, let's stay hydrated, shall we? Gonna go gather some leaves. I was going to be doing anyways. Which, speaking of, let's check this out. Anything nearby? Anything in close proximity? Anything new? Oh, hello, hello. We do have some stuff up here. Good to know. Where? Let's see what this looks like. You know, this one I don't have the relic, so it might be a little bit trickier. We'll just have to hop in here and see. Oh, that's not bad at all. Yeah, that's more than doable. Mountain chromite ore. Okay. Ah. Figure might as well go ahead and get as much done while we can here, huh? Right, any others around? Anything else? Oh, yes, maybe. The northwest. Right, so up here along the mountain. Yeah, I can see this being kind of an annoying spot. Like, these are like really far apart. Alright, so we got to go like up and around, huh? I mean, I'm sure it'll be a lot easier. Oh, hello. How convenient. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be a lot more convenient once we can fly around and stuff, but yeah, that's kind of rough. The east. Alright, is this going to be an extra? Just gatherer's boon? That's fine. Yeah, we'll save King's Yield 2 for when we find one that gives us an extra bonus, right? An extra little tappy tap. There's the other one. They always come in patches of 3, right? So we gotta figure out where that last one is. It's like all mountains here. You'd think there'd be plenty of rocks to hit. That's not the case. Oh, hello. Oh, okay. That's not what we want. Hey, there we go. Nice. Yeah, I'll probably end up doing a little bit of crafting off stream. I feel like, because obviously I'm gonna want to play this pretty much non-stop, but I don't know if my voice can handle streaming every little bit of it. I also got to go get some food here at some point, so we'll try and get to the 3-hour mark, see how that goes, and then I'm going to just go buy the biggest burger I can possibly get. I'm thinking it's a Bacon King day kind of day, right? That's kind of what I'm feeling. Do love a good Bacon King. Just give me all 1,500 calories my day, all at once. It is funny to me that they still haven't changed like the animations. Despite all of the graphical updates, I just kind of wave my hands in front of a tree and that does the job apparently. That's fine. I don't mind. It's easy enough. This does make me miss going like apple harvesting though. It did that a few times and that was always a lot of fun. Yield. There we go. All right, back down. How are we doing on our ore? 42. Yeah, we have all of this stuff. I guess I don't really need it anymore. I can't think of anything that I was really going to save it up for. I didn't see like a ton the last time they had the Moggle tomes. Like I looked to see if I had all the mounts and I did. There were like a couple cards maybe and like some orchestrion rolls, I guess. I did. 5 bundles as requested. Now give me my money. I mean, that took like 2 seconds. You need me to go get more to increase the value. I'm more than happy to do it. You need some ore? I got some ore for you too. Sure, I've got some Eorzean plants, some leaves from beyond the salt, as they say, that might be worth a little bit. Here, we brought our share as well. Are the leaves any good? Thank you, Third Promise. This is more than enough to hold up your end of the bargain. Now it's time to honor mine. After adding the value of your labor to the price of the hatchet, I am prepared to offer you a full sack of our highest grade mate leaves. Okay, how much is that worth? Premium mate. Bought at the shop, one sack of those leaves would cost no less than 5 pel in the thousands column. Hey, there we go, we're halfway there. We can bid farewell to this hatchet. I'll give it to a good home. Talk of the contest aside, I'm glad we could come to a mutually agreeable trade. As am I. All the best with the rest of your harvest. They do trade as a sign of friendship, right? So that's a good sign, if nothing else. Alright, but we gotta find one more thing, I guess. This is a much longer quest than I thought it was going to be. Ah, Blue, what's wrong? As I was saying before, even after everything Tobli's done for me, I'm planning to abandon it all and become a merchant. But then I needed your help after forgetting a basic rule of trade. How can I expect Tobli to accept my decision then? You intend to give up then? Are you a coward? I'm a coward. I can't. After getting a taste of real trading, I want to be a merchant more than ever. Then you'll just have to be honest. I seek to follow in my father's footsteps, but not because he expects it of me. I want to preserve Tural's peace, and becoming dog servant happens to be the best way to do it. Especially when you got those jerks as your brothers. You should live a life of your own choosing, and I wouldn't be surprised if Tobli had the same opinion. So talk to him. You're right. It's better to find out for sure than worry over what he might say. Thank you for the advice. But first we have a saddle to buy. I want that success under my belt so I can be sure of my decision. What's next then? We tried to trade our tea leaves for something halfway to 10,000 pel. Oh, I think we're close enough now. I say we go straight for the premium mezcal. Bargain our way into double the value, eh? I think you can do it. Well, surely someone that's making mezcal has need for leaves of various kinds, right? Trust me, I will make this trade work. I admire you, Third Promise. That you're holding your own against such strong competition for the throne is inspiring. Am I really holding my own against Koana and Zorolja? I mean, of course I am. I am Wuklamat of the Dawn's Promise, after all. What's that look for, Kyra? You said something hopeful. You don't gotta be full Zayla all the time. Oh yeah. Number go up. That sweet tea's really good. It's just what I needed. Before we go, let me give you the mate leaves. I don't need to risk proving Erenvel's point. Ready then? Our next up is the Mezcal Distillery. Let's go. Alright. We haven't even really looked. 5 pel in the thousands column. Good to know. Now let's get old Choco Buddy out. Yeah. Feel like I need to stop forgetting. Actually, come to think of it, I really should have bought a Thav onion before we head back there. How dare you? All right. Nothing to it. But actually, now that I look at it, switch it up. Let's make sure that we're getting some stuff on our way back. Since we're, you know, we're in the trading mindset, all right? We're in the fields of capitalism, so we gotta make sure that we're ready to go. All right, and the snow cotton, I know I'm gonna want that snow cotton. That's gonna be so much. Be so much gathering, but at least now we know where it's at. It's fine. Got it unlocked. Eucalyptus, I'm less sure about. Maybe Culinarian's gonna use that. I don't know about alchemy. We'll find out. Okay. Oh, it's like over here. At least we like started off in the right area. It's not that much of a detour, which is nice. South, okay. We need to make sure that I'm not forgetting those either. Gathering attempts, yeah. Yeah, there we go. Alright, I feel like we're starting to get enough that I can start making some of those cotton cloths. That'll be a nice little head start. I need to make sure that I'm getting some eucalyptus while we're at it. The problem is, like, I'd really have to go through the list and see what we're actually going to need. Because there's so many plants where you just genuinely don't even need most of the stuff, right? And then obviously you've got leaves and stuff. Most people just kind of shotgun the leaves. It's the easiest way to level it. But I kind of like the idea of getting a little bit of everything just to try it all out, make sure we've got it all unlocked. It's all XP, right? But I feel like I am going to need more of the... See, there's like no eucalyptus or anything here. Let's try alchemy. Anything good there? Okay. What if... Search for item. Okay. Let's take a look here. What even uses most of this? Oh. Okay. Okay. Well. But we'll be level 100 by then, right? So let's focus on the snow cotton for now. By the time we get to level 100, we'll be able to get most of the eucalyptus pretty quickly. That's not going to be a problem. But yeah, anytime I see drought of anything, oh buddy, the money starts rolling in. But I want to make sure that we've got decent gear, right? Like, it's honestly kind of hard to get up and running for your crafters, because you need all of that script gear and everything. It gets kind of tricky. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and head back real quick, and we're just gonna warp back and forth because I do not think I have any Thav onions on me. So yeah, onion. Show us what you got. Anything good? Hey, there we go. That's a little rough. That's fine. We'll make it back. I'm not super worried. In fact, let's take a look and see what eucalyptus is going for right now. You know, give it a shot. 275. Yeah, that's not too bad for how easy it is to gather. Guess this. I'm tempted. I am very tempted. It's fine. It's fine. We'll be okay. I'll focus on the actual money making when we get to 100. Unless I can make some of this cotton. I'm guessing the actual materials are not going to go up for all that much. But all of the other stuff probably will, like the actual cloth. Yeah, this is snow cotton, right? So how much does the actual cloth go for? Or would I make more money with the cotton? And that's the lag. The market board lag. It's pretty bad. The cotton does go for a little bit more. Gotcha. I don't know what these guys are doing with the 100k buyouts on some of this stuff, but, you know, that's fine, I guess. Let's go ahead and weaver it. The problem is, like, all of my stuff is gone now. I don't know what's actually going to be good for what. And I guess I can try making some decent stuff here. Level 90, 40D. What is the durability? Okay. We'll give this a shot. I don't know if it's going to actually do anything or not, but all we can do is try, right? Worst comes to worst, it fails. I wasted some cloth. And then we can figure something else out from there. But I figure it shouldn't be all that different. Because you're not really going to be able to HQ stuff without having decent crafter gear that you've got to craft anyways, right? It's kind of a cycle. Is that it? Okay. That should be fine. Nice. Nice. We did it. It'd be even easier if I was eating some of the old chili crab cakes, but that's fine. It is weird that they got rid of the focus stuff, too. We're just gonna keep making it. Might as well just stack it up. See what we can do from there. $94 star, okay. I don't even remember what all of my macros are at this point. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of a good thing to stream too, so you guys know what works and what doesn't. So if you had like some old macros at level 90, by all accounts, it looks like they should still be good. So now you know. I'm doing the testing so you don't have to. One more try. Just in case. Why not? I'm not super worried about it, but it never hurts. I'm really surprised. I thought this was going to take more cotton than it does as well. So that's kind of good to know. I'm a little worried about all of the other materials I'm going to need to make, like, cotton breeches and stuff. Like, I don't know. Like, if people are putting up the ridiculous market board prices, I doubt that they're actually selling for that. Like, just, let's be clear here. A couple people, corner the boards, and it is what it is. Oh, that one, you got a little lucky on that. Cool. Nice, nice. We're making progress. We're doing it. But yeah, like how much I had, like, you need all this leather and stuff. And obviously all of that's going to be a pain in the ass because you got to actually find the creatures to kill, right? That's never a fun time. Searching the world over for like one raptor. I wish they would do an overhaul to leatherworking, to be completely honest. Like, it's fine in theory, but it's really the only one of all of the jobs that you have to go out and kill monsters for, which feels like it's kind of against the whole idea of crafting being its own job, like specifically non-combat job, right? So yeah, it just feels kind of weird. Like, it's not terrible. If they don't change it, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. But I would like more ways to get leather than what we currently have. It just feels at odds with all of the other crafters out there. Like, literally every other crafter just like, go pick plants, go hit some rocks. Worst comes to worse, you might have to do a fade or two to like get some gemstone materials. But for the most part, they're fairly simple. Like alchemy, like it has a lot of steps when you get to the high-end recipes. Like you got to make like 3 or 4 sub-levels to get to the item that you want. But it's all fairly easy stuff to actually get, right? Once you get your system down, it's pretty easy. But yeah, leather working feels a little out there, right? But what do I know? Most of the time I just look on Reddit and see what the current macros are, and then I copy and paste that into my macro system. I don't really think too hard about it. When they started doing the expert crafts, like that's the point where I'm just like, yep, I'm just gonna ignore all of this. If I have to try more attempts than normal to get this to work, that's fine. Right? As long as my macro can get me like 75% of the time, I'm cool with that. Shout out to you guys like crafting experts that actually know how the expert crafts work. That's way too big brain for me. There's just no way. It's just too much time. It's too much. It's a lot of weird clicking, right? When you've got to make like 50 of something, right? You know, when you're doing those relics, that's rough. Like with how many they need, there's no way I'm manually clicking expert crafts by any measure. It's not happening. But yeah, I need to change my haircut too. I forgot to visit the esthetician, however you want to pronounce it. Yeah. It is kind of weird that all of the hairstyles you have unlocked on a character are not available when you use a Fantasia. You like have to burn another 2,000 gil, which isn't really like a big deal. That's like half of an item, but it's still it does feel a little awkward. There we go. And again, I kind of like my current, like this is my old school haircut, right? I've had this was what I used way back in the day. Go. Yeah, she doesn't have her little braid. Again, I haven't really looked at the haircuts a whole lot lately. Might not be a bad opportunity to see if there were any that I've forgotten. Usually with Kyra, I use the short hairs. And for the pure and simple reason that on a lot of the Red Mage glams, the hair will clip. Like they have those big collars on a lot of robes and leather pieces, so yeah. Yeah, the short hair just has less clipping issues. I wish I could use longer hairs on Kyra, but yeah, just it doesn't work with what we're doing. All right, so now we are in a good position. I'm sure there's not a whole lot of stuff here. Oh wow, some of this uses like arcane. That's interesting. Like old school. Okay, well that's good to know at least. We've got some options. We have options. Most of that stuff shouldn't be too hard to find. Yeah, we'll keep that cloth tucked away for a little bit. Again, 4,000 a piece. Got to do the math in my head. Not the easiest thing in the world for me to do. They're all HQ. Let's see here. Let's take a look. What do you got? How much for an HQ piece? 5,500. That's not too bad. We'll hold on to it for now. I can sell the rest. Wait, that's what I was planning on doing anyways, but no. No, we can save the rest. Like, we'll be getting some extra cotton and stuff along the way. Might as well. I'm sure the actual quest rewards and stuff too will also be giving us a fair amount of money. It's always kind of nice. I feel like I can start sending my retainers out on some longer ventures too. Like, I like the quick exploration, but it just fills up my bag so fast. There we go. I don't think I had anything from my blacksmith. We'll take a look. Where are you? Here we go. Blacksmiths and armorers can both kind of use the same thing when it comes to making your ores. So, yeah, let's see here. Mountain chrome ingot. Oh, I need molybdenum. Search item for gathering method. Oh, that's actually in the locks. Interesting. Wow, I gotta like go out of my way for that. Yeah, I'm gonna need more crystals too. Wow, I didn't realize I was like so low on most of my crystals at this point. All right, so let's go hit up the old haircuts. Try out some of the new styles that I haven't really looked at in a while. If I've got anything interesting that maybe I missed. All right, but yeah, I guess for the gatherings and crafting stuff, I'm gonna do a lot of that off stream because I didn't realize, I completely forgot I'm gonna have to go like back and forth between a bunch of different zones, right? Particularly the old zones. Okay, there we go. Onion. How you know you've made it as an MMO is when you finally start getting the butterfly wings as a glamour item, right? You guys ever remember Gaia Online? I had an old Gaia Online account. I don't know what happened to it. I'm sure it's long gone. They probably delete them after a certain amount of time. But yeah, I spent a fair amount down there trying to post my way into some fashion. As far as I know, Gaia is still around, which is kind of the wild part. I don't know, like, if it's even remotely as active as it used to be, or, you know, if some of those are accounts, if they're worth anything. It used to be some of those accounts were worth some actual, like, real-life dollars. You could find a buyer for it. All right, where are you? Come to me, Jandalane. Need your expertise. Oh man, and now he's HD too. Jandalane is living the life. All right, what do we got hairstyle wise? How's that for a fit? Go Yestola. I do like that they put the little symbol so that you know which ones are which, right? Like it lets you know immediately which ones are ones that you had to unlock. That looks kind of cool. Oh, that's right. Now I remember. I didn't like it as much because when my hat is off, it looks kind of weird from the back. Even with the new upgrades to the graphics engine, like you can see, they're just like thin layers, right? They look a little weird. There we go. And this is what I was using early to rise. O2B. Side tail. All tails. There we go. Oh. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. When did I even get this? Ambitious Ends. I do not remember this at all. Let's look from the back, because this is what I'm going to be looking at 90% of the time. It's not a big deal on my red mage, but obviously it's very different when we're talking about, you know, leveling up some of my alt jobs, right? Look with the hat. Oh yeah, that's it. That's the one. Pyra Reborn. I don't think I really need to change anything with the coloring. I think she looks kind of good. It unfortunately does not have as much with the black tips. It's more like in the middle there, which isn't a bad thing all the time, but you know, sometimes you want it to have that little pop. All right. Nice. Let's do it. Yeah. Yeah, I literally do not even recall where or how or when I got this haircut. That's how long it's been since I've actually looked to see what Jandalane's got for me. That's how rarely I change Pyra, right? Like, you know, she's here, she's mine. I created her the way that I want her to look, and there's really no reason to change it. If I really wanted to try a new character, do you know what you do? I make a new character. That's the RP way. That's what it's like being here on Crystal. I've leveled up so many alts through the MSQ. More than is probably reasonable. Convince him to trade for twice what his leaves are worth. We're going to need targeted information. Means we're going to asking around and taking in gossip. You talk to people here in the distillery. Perhaps Wuklamat could do the same at the village entrance. Head to the north side and see what I can learn. Okay. This guy is apparently a little shrewd. He knows his stuff. That's fine. Jeff from Tuliolol. I've been come here to buy Gobley's Mezcal, the finest in Tyrol according to my customers. Always brings out a jug during our dealings, but I can't handle the stuff too well myself. Take small sips, wanting to not be impolite, you understand, but still end up so addled as to agree with whatever price he quotes me. Be nice to have less potent refreshments during conversations, else I might have to seriously reconsider our arrangement. So it sounds like what we're going to be doing is switching some glasses during our negotiations. That or watering down our own and really jacking his up, right? Well, he might be a deft hand at distilling, but he's got no sense when it comes to appearances. Rumor has it he's been invited to the palace for business negotiations. If he presents himself to the court wearing his usual rumpled attire, though, he'll be laughed out of the sun perch. Well, good for them that I know someone that is very familiar with the court, huh? Not much I can say about Gobley, but I can tell you what Gobley's been saying. The other day, he was muttering about monsters prowling around Agave Jaws. That's the field where they gather ingredients for the mezcal. The presence has made it harder to procure said ingredients, and thus driven up the price of his product. A boon, some might argue, but it's hard to celebrate when it affects their work as it does. Can't rightly bring joy to people if you can't keep making the thing they love. I understand. Hughes. Canyon. So I'm pretty much full on everything, huh? I guess I can tank a little bit. Nice. Nice. There we go. Alright, so we've got some info, we've got some ideas. So what did you find out? But I love the grass. Like the grass physics that they have now is just, it's wild to me, isn't it? We can make use of all those tidbits. The deal is as good as sealed. As for me, I found out where Gobley is working. There's a millstone at the top of the slope behind the distillery. You go on ahead and I'll bring Wuklamat. Will do. Yeah, there was another thing I wanted to check out real quick. The PvP profile. What do we have for our Mulmstones? Yeah. That's going to be a ways away, but, you know, that's another thing that I want to try and do this season. I saw the amount that they're putting into the rewards, and needless to say, I really want it. Oh, he's like up here. Okay. Come on, man. Gotta go this far. You have business with me, madam? Why don't we talk down below so as not to distract the alpaca from his work? Right. The games begin. Now, what's this about? Keep it brief if you would. I'm a busy man. We're in the market for a 3-year-old jug of premium mezcal. Assuming you have any on hand, that is. An excellent choice. I must warn you, though, it doesn't come cheap. We don't have Pel, but we can offer a sack of mate leaves in exchange. It's top-grade stuff like the mezcal. No deal. Mate leaves are well and good, but I don't have any use for them. No deal? Just like that? Well, I'd hate to send you away empty-handed. Why don't we sit and chat a while over a cup of mezcal? Here we go. Here's where it begins. Now the real bargaining begins. Which of our cards do you want to play first? Do the monsters in the agave fields. Let's hold on to that one. We need to consider our timing. Kind of an odd one to start with, but sure, I'll trust the trader on this. I appreciate your hospitality, but I'm afraid I can't hold my drink. I have heard one of your regular customers, a Hobigo chief, is the same. Same as not everyone can enjoy mezcal. I wonder if you might benefit from having other refreshments to offer. Something like mate tea, for instance, and brewed from the finest leaves, of course. Ah, that's how it's gonna be. Trying to get him to change up the menu all of a sudden. Oh, okay. I mean, that's a strategy. You're right. Absolutely right. I had noticed a growing reluctance on the part of my Hobigo friend. Did not realize I myself was to blame. I must endeavor to be a better host. Still, even with that added value in mind, no sack of leaves is worth the mezcal you're after. Keep piling in some things. We offered to cull the monsters causing them trouble. Not yet. Keep that card until we need it. As I expect you're aware, the rite of succession is currently taking place. That's why the third promise has graced us with her presence. Seems awfully regal for Wicklemont. When the contest is decided, the subsequent ascension ceremony and banquet will be a prestigious affair. If your mezcal were to be served there, it would bring your distillery immeasurable fame. Wait, and could it be that your rumored invitation to the palace is to discuss that very possibility? As a matter of fact, yes. I must admit I'm still reeling from the abruptness of it all. It would be a great honor and opportunity if I can secure the deal. Well, I think your exceptional mezcal would speak for itself. That said, there's no such thing as being too prepared, and first impressions last. You'll want to be wearing your very best when you walk into Volok Shunsa. It'd be such a shame to miss this chance of a lifetime simply for want of proper garments. That would... Are you saying you have garments to offer? Something ideal for court? We have no garments on hand, I'm afraid, but we can provide you with the next best thing. An introduction to a weaver. His name is Balnak, and his works are highly regarded in Tuliolal. And helping a friend. There we go. That's how it works. As a supporter of Wuklamad and keen observer of palace politics, he will doubtless be happy to guide you in the selection of an outfit to fit this golden occasion. That certainly is a tempting proposal, and one of which I should like to take full advantage. But the scales still aren't quite balancing. Now, hit him with the old monsters. Hey, weren't there monsters running amok in Agave Jaws? That's a problem we could easily solve for you. And truly, and be most grateful for your immediate assistance. I was resigned to hiring cell swords to clear them out. Factoring in that saved expense and an introduction to a trusted weaver, this is shaping up like a sound bargain. Alright, you have a deal. Yes, I knew you'd come around. Give us a moment and Kyra and I will take care of those prowling nuisances. In the meantime, I'll use the time to pen an introductory letter to Balnak. Fields you're looking for are just north of Wukanpello. Be safe. Alright, we're making progress, finally. I think it's our first combat job. First combat quest since we started the expansion. Alright, where are we going? We gotta go north? Going up? Well, is it up? Up north or down north? That's the other question. Well, while we are on our way, why not? Hey, nothing. Nothing. Wow. Rude. Alright, this seems like it. Oh? Well, while we're here... Oh, are we heading... Yeah, we're heading that way anyways, huh? There should be Agave Jaws just over there. This'll go faster if we split up. Come and find me once you finish clearing out your share of the pests. Alright, off we go. To the east, okay. Guessing it's gonna be up there. Alright, Taylor Swift, help me out. You got a level after all of these years. It's time. Yeah. Nice, nice. Where is it? Okay. It's gotta be up here somewhere. Oh, it's like all the way around. All right, be that way. Don't you just love the old Aether Currents? Like visiting an old friend all over again. Alright. Now we can focus. I don't think there's any others like anywhere close to here, so that's fine. Oh, so there's probably one up there too, huh? Alright. Well, you know, I'm definitely feeling the fact that I'm pretty much in top-end gear. These things are just melting. I still remember, you know, going into some of these expansions, right, not prepped up as much. Yeah, some of the fights could be kind of rough, even just little basic guys. Maybe that's why they don't really focus too much on the combat for a lot of it. I mean, it is really nothing to write home about if you're geared up. Alright, we know that's gonna change. It's gonna change real fast once we start inching up there to level 100 and start getting to some of these trials and stuff. Compared to the creatures I hunt with Papa, this was no challenge at all. Come on, let's head back to the distillery. All that's left is to give Mablu the sack of leaves so she can seal the deal. Yeah, this is more Wuklamad and I's speed, isn't it? A little bit more our lane. If only we can make deals this easily every time. All right, you want me to go clear out some monsters? I mean, you and everyone else, buddy. Probably stand to do a couple of fates while I'm here too. I'm curious what the top end stuff has. Monsters are no trouble for you, it seems. Now, if I could just have the sack of leaves. Off you go then. Finally, we have a saddle after all this time. Monster problem has been resolved, Master Gobley. Here are the mate leaves and written introduction to the ball knock as agreed. Deal is done. Here, your jug of premium mezcal, aged 3 years. Please accept it with my compliments. Alright, now we gotta go back to that saddle maker. That guy, that jerk. Rooting for the second. Get out of here. As we finally have done that, we finally have the mezcal. Great work, especially you, Maplu. You were the one that inspired me to come this far. Let's not celebrate until we have the saddle in hand. Blue, is it? I have a hard bargain, young peddler. I look forward to doing business with you in the future. Thank you, but truth be told, I'm just a ranch hand. For now. Could I ever become a proper merchant, though, I'll be back to strike more deals with you. Yeah, chase your dreams. Make that money. Get that bag. I'm a VTuber. Ooh, buddy. Excellent trade. There we go. We did it. We did it, everybody. We finally achieved our goal. Now, should I hop over there and see if I can't maybe find that aether current that was hiding up there in the north real fast? At the palace, I don't think I've held a 10,000 pel jug of anything before. My hands won't stop shaking. Here, you'd better hold on to it until we get to the saddle maker. Can you imagine if we dropped it and it had to start all over again? Luckily, Havel's place is not far. We just need to head across the plaza. That we will do. Oh. Never mind. We can go up north in a little bit. This is it. The trade we've been working towards. Structure letter and the swift culling of hostile pets. 10 pel in the thousands column. Excellent. Still in one piece. Right, time to make our deal. Don't drop it while you're handing it over, please, Wuklamat. Get your tools ready, Saddler. We brought your precious mezcal. Wait, you actually got your hands on a jug? But you had nothing, a few measly clumps of wool. What we had was an aspiring trader with a gift for negotiation. Oh, I'd sooner aid no claimant to but Zoralja. I cannot go against the guiding principles of the Pelu Pelu. This trade is a fair one. I will craft your saddle, third promise. Great. Stay and wait if you like. I have all the requisite materials, so this won't take too long. Waiting. Mission is ready. Catching a wild alpaca is never a simple affair, but you'll have an easier time of it with one of my saddles. Don't mind, I have other work that needs finishing. I can taste that smooth mezcal already. We did it! Our saddle is ours! And to think we started out with only a 100-pound basket of alpaca wool. Mablu, you're going to be an incredible merchant. Thank you. It makes me so glad to hear you say that, Third Promise. We got what we came for, so let's return to the ranch. The others will be waiting. Yeah. Aiming saddle. That's a pretty cool looking saddle, I'm not gonna lie. That's a pretty sweet little iconing out there. Whether or not Wooklamot can actually use it, remains to be seen, huh? Aw. Don't actually have the saddle. That's a little disappointing. That's fine. Hopefully she gets to use it. And of course, we also have to have our alpacas judged. You've acquired the saddle, then? Yes, and thanks in no small part to Mablu. Before you rush off to catch an alpaca, though, let me teach you how to saddle one. I'll bring out one of our wild-born friends so you can practice. I know. This is something I need to learn. The music. Oh, I love it. Face your fears. Stare into the void. What happens every time I look into the mirror? Great sunken gods, I did it! Yay! He hardly seemed bothered, much less inclined to spit. As if he was completely accepting of Wooklamot's touch. Because of the singular scent with which the saddle has been coated, alpacas find it very soothing. No, I've never taken a good long look at one of you before, but you're actually kind of cute. You're only now noticing that. This jerk. Raja, he's back. Oh wow, it's a very gold alpaca. Having done exactly what he set out to do. Alpaca he's brought, is it just me or is it glowing? I've heard tales of such a beast. They say the golden alpaca lives in solitary existence deep in the valley where it shuns the company of both man and its own kind. How did he manage to snare a prize like that? The beast knows its betters. Faced with overwhelming strength, it will yield rather than risk death. An apt illustration of how greatly the power of the first promise exceeds yours, Wooklamot. Ah, but he did not respect the traditions of the Pelu Pelu. See how that's marked. Strength alone won't win him our father's throne. I'll be the one to find the Golden City, and then Tyrol can remain at peace. Everlasting desire for peace can only be forged in the fires of war. Night is won, the people must be taught. Must suffer the horror and the hopelessness firsthand. Exhaustion from prolonged conflict. The wages of war is merciless nature. These are what moved the clans to join in the founding of Tuliolol all those years ago. Consider the younger generation of this village. Since birth, they have basked in an unbroken harmony, and behold, they regard war not as tragedy, but opportunity. Thus does the resilient sun seek to provide education. He offers much-needed lessons in the realities of conquest and a renewed appreciation for peacetime. It's a pretty intense theme. Like, that's straight up boss music. I didn't think Zeralsha would be, like, the boss at any point. It's true that war breeds misery. Tis true that war's misery breeds a longing for peace. But I have seen with my own eyes what becomes of a empire forged through the violence you propose. The rebellions it spawned and the ruins it left behind. Nod. The Orlean Empire would... oh man. The Orlean Empire was a congregation of simpletons. The oppressed fought back against their oppressors, as well they should. Men are not beasts. Only a fool would seek to rule over all with the threat of force alone. And that is why Galu Jaja did not elevate the Mamuja, why he treated all clans with equal respect. However, the first promise has his gaze fixed upon a more distant horizon. He would unite not only Tulia Law, but the star in its entirety. Yeah, good luck with that. What? Why? I need not explain myself to you. Well done indeed. The first promise has completed the feat of the gold with an appropriately golden flourish. May I present to you your much-deserved keystone. He's always been like that, never sharing his innermost thoughts with me or even with Koana. It's like we're not even family. Yeah, good luck. I mean, Eorzea has seen our share of shit, right? So, you know, I'm sure one little lizard won't be too much of a problem. I'll ponder what Zeralsha and his mysteries later. Right now, I need to think about finishing the feat of gold. I have my saddle. I practice how to use it. So lead on to where the wild alpacas roam. Valley of Orankana is northwest of here. Come on, everyone. Even if we can't enter ourselves, we can see Wukalamat off to her hunt. Nice. Alright, so that's where we needed to head anyways, huh? Yeah, that's where that aetheryte is, so yeah, we'll go ahead and do it. I gotta cheer her on. Hey, look, and they have the emo button there. It's secretly one of the better quality of life decisions that they've added. I'm gonna get some good use out of that. Alright, so we're just gonna keep heading northwest. Gotta find this current. Where is it? Is it up top? Gotta be kidding me. Alright, around we go. Still better than the locks. I mean, if we're gonna be honest here. Not that that's really a not really a tough competition. Where is it? I hear it. Okay, but how do I get up there? Oh, I gotta go like all the way around. Aether currents never change. I mean, we knew it was gonna happen. We knew going into this. New expansion means new currents. Nothing to be done about it. It's just, once you're back in it and realize you gotta go through it all over again, the pain starts to come back. You start to feel the thoughts all over again. Feel the despair. The dynamis washes over you. Down we go. You got this.
Good luck there, Promise!
Thanks.
Thank God, voiced. Voice cutscene. Finally.
Truth be told, still not sure about alpacas. I'd rather not go near one if I can help it. But if I'm to rule this nation, then I'll need to learn how to live with them. Tural is their home too. Right. I'm off.
You got this. Let's see some fun new animation too. I'm sure they've got something planned, maybe. Pushing the new engine to the
So, shall we
limits.
head back to the ranch, or
I'm staying here.
As will I. Wooklamart is alone in this. The least we can do is stand watch and await her return.
Yeah, just, you know, have a little picnic. Why not?
It may be a while yet. Help me pitch the tent.
Aaronville phrasing, please. Please. I'm a VTuber on Balmong. You gotta be careful what you say here on the channel. I'd like to go camping soon, but it's way too hot. It's been a few years. I'm kind of getting that itch.
Trust a gleaner to come prepared for anything.
What's a gleaner?
someone whose job it is to travel the world and procure uncommon things for their employers. Erenville specializes in finding animals, I believe.
Hey guys, remember that time we were all toads?
But aren't you a Shitona from Shaktural? Why did you cross the salt?
You know, just another day in Labyrinthos. Erenville backstory too.
When I was much younger, the thought of leaving Tural never even occurred to me. But then, some years ago, my mentor tasked me with a difficult hunt.
Who is his mentor, though?
Something I could never find, she said, so long as I clung to the familiar. She suggested that I leave home, leave Tural, and join the Gleaners of Sharlian. As one of their number, I could experience the world, immerse myself in myriad cultures and customs, see the many faces of nature. And once I had learned what is truly important, I would find that which I seek. My younger self took those words to heart, and off I went to become a gleaner.
Have you found yourself? You still seem kind of, you know, seems like you got some issues, man.
Her words alone
Little secretive.
led you to leave behind everything you'd ever known? You must have great respect for your mentor.
As it happens, gleaner work was much to my liking, and I all but forgot why I had pursued it in the first place. Yet, events conspired to put me back on the trail I'd abandoned.
Wait,
We got you, buddy.
Are you saying you were tasked with finding the City of Gold?
I was. And though my hunt is now entangled with the right of succession, I mean to see it through.
Well then, I understand completely. We all have our reasons for seeking the Golden City. Which is all the more reason for us to work together.
Just so.
Nice. I'm digging some Erenville backstory. I'm all for it. Alright, she's been gone a while.
She should have been back by now. What if something's happened to her? We need to tell Tobli and arrange a search party.
Geralshaw found one, yeah, while we were just running around during the day, making trades. What's she finding at night?
Do you hear that?
Oh, and she's already writing it. Okay, that's a good sign.
I did it.
Okay. Happened out there.
You're utterly spent, and small wonder.
Well done, third promise.
The ranch isn't going anywhere. Take a rest in the tent.
How to find the city of gold.
I think I will. Thank you all for believing in me.
All right, let's go get that gemstone. Yeah, I was thinking it was going to be like a giant alpaca or something like that, right? Alpaca she tamed is a healthy-looking beast. Surely this will be enough to satisfy the feat of gold. Money. Always money. Wuklamat still seems a bit unsteady on her feet. Hardly surprising after she spent the night chasing alpacas. You know what will melt away fatigue like magic, though? Mate tea. I'll run to the ranch and get a pot brewing. That way you can take your time and the tea will be ready when you arrive. As Mablu so wisely suggested, we shall set a slower pace for our exhausted third promise. Well, they can set a slower pace. I got places to be. Remember how far out I gotta go for the mining stuff. That's fine. We've got our guide too, or our gathering guide. I don't think I've got that set to a hotkey right now, but that is an option as well. And there's this. There's this stuff. This is gonna be our life for this foreseeable future. Oh, hey, a fair bit of XP. I don't know what I got that for, but that's cool. Where was the other patch? I feel like it was on the way, but I can't entirely remember. Ah, it's fine. We know it's outside the town. That means it should be easy enough for me to come back in my off time, off stream, and just kind of veg out here for a little bit, zone out, and just craft as much as I can. Did you? Should hurry along with the tea then. Wuklamat can't be that far behind. This clearly seems like a two-part zone too, because we haven't even been like remotely south. I feel like we're about ready to switch over to the other zone soon. Oh, that tea really is magical. I feel better already. I see you've become more comfortable around our fuzzy friends. Watching this one taught me a lot about alpacas. What grasses and fruits they eat, what sounds they react to, their adorable little quirks. I guess I've grown kind of fond of them. Welcome back, Third Promise. Accomplished the feat of gold, have you? Yes, there is no mistaking a valley alpaca. I commend you on your success. Well done. Yes, we did it. Although I couldn't find a shiny one like Zoralja did. I'd be surprised if you had. Golden alpacas are born but once every few decades. They are elusive, solitary creatures that are rarely seen, much less captured, thanks to their innate physical and magical gifts. Only a single other person is known to have caught one before, that being Galul Jaja himself. That's not a good sign. Papa was chasing alpacas too? So my grandfather's stories say. It was before the founding of Tulialal, the time when the mountain giants, the Yakui, held our people in thrall. Held by their overlords, our forebears would ride the alpaca mounts to the highlands to deliver gifts of food and other tributes. There were wretched days to hear grandfather tell it. Along came the young Galul Jaja, yet unburdened by the mantle of Dawntrail. Our people were amazed by this imposing two-headed figure, equal to the Yakui in stature, and puzzled by his entourage of mismatched companions. He does have a nice little entourage there, doesn't he? Some trembled in fear, believing a new conqueror had come. Yet Galul Jaja showed no such inclinations. He sat and spoke with us, sipping from the cups of mate tea we offered him, and grew somber when he learned of our plight. None could have anticipated what their visitor decided to do next. Galul Jaja ascended the cliffs to face the giants and freed the Pelu Pelu from the Yakui's subjugation. Then turned an appraising eye upon our riders and proposed we take to the road to peddle our beverages. The suggestion seemed obvious for one who traveled as he did, intent on fostering amity between the clans. So it was that a few words from Galul Jaja transformed us into a clan of itinerant merchants. I've never heard the bond Papa forged with the Pelu Pelu spoken of in that way before. The saga is not so detailed. You may not know that Galul Jaja sought a sure-footed guide for his trek up into the highlands. Thus did he capture a golden alpaca. So, both my brother and my father caught the rarest of creatures, while an ordinary one was the best I could manage. He required no more than that, Third Promise, and you brought back a perfectly wonderful beast. Ablu's right. You're a perfectly wonderful beast. If anyone's ordinary, it's me. Not only did you accomplish the feat of gold, you also made many traits and brought joy to many people in true Pelu Pelu fashion. I sorely doubt your sibling could have achieved the same result. Be proud of the accomplishment which earned you your keystone. There it is. 1 down, 6 to go. Oh yeah, there's that heroic music. This is what they look like. Go on, set it in the tablet. Wonder if anything changes. Give us another clue, maybe? Bloop. Oh, okay then. Something happened. Perfect fit. That leaves 6 more. You're well on your way, Third Promise. We'd have been lost without you, Maplu. Thanks to you, I learned so much about the Pelu people and your customs. It might seem obvious, but I've come to realize the importance of properly knowing something. It was because I didn't understand alpacas that I was uncomfortable around them. Thankful to you as well, Wuklamat. You've given me the courage to say what I wasn't sure I could ever say. Tobli, I want to leave the ranch and become a merchant. I appreciate everything you've done for me, and I've loved every moment of caring for the alpacas. But this is something I need to do. I need to walk my own path and make my own trades. As your parent, allow me to say one thing. I've always tried to give my wards of lives filled with as much happiness as I could provide. And never once have I wanted to be the only happiness, you knew. You have my blessing to walk any path you choose, Mablu. It gladdens me to hear that you've found a calling you wish to pursue with such passion. You will make an exceptional peddler, I'm sure of it. Thank you, Tobli. What did I tell you, Mablu? One last thing I can help you with, Third Promise. You need to find the Golden City, right? That's the end goal. I suggest you talk to the Yakui. Okay, so we finally go and meet the giants, huh? Once ruled over far more than just Urkopacha and the Pelu Pelu. 1,000 years ago, they were the overlords of Yakturol and all its peoples. During that era, the Pelu Pelu were commanded to search for a city of gold. They scoured every corner of the continent, but never found any trace of that fabled place. But if they didn't find anything, what could the Yakui have to tell us? They may not have found it, but the fact that they thought to look for it at all makes me curious. Perhaps there's value into delving how the legend originated. We lose nothing from asking a question. Besides, if we're determined to follow the path of the saga, we'll be visiting the giants eventually. In a dungeon, perhaps? A gateway to a new land? One can hope. Now, Kryl, I have a question I've been meaning to ask. And since we finished with the feat, where did you acquire that earring? Oh? A earring? Do you recognize it? Yes, pieces just like the first became fashionable in Yakturol around 20 years ago. Since then, it's become common to wear them as a charm for safe travel. 20 years ago, right about the time my grandfather made his journey. Yet the Dawn servant implied the earring was connected to the Golden City in some way. Surely there was more to its significance than simple fashion. If you want to know how it first came to be crafted, I could try to find out. Seeing as it's a regular seller for many merchants, I'm curious to learn about it myself. Would appreciate that very much, thank you. Jumping feet first into the peddler business, eh, Mablu? Like that they have tattoos up their legs too. Kind of subtle. You don't really notice with all the robes, but yeah, they have a little bit unique skin texturing. It's kind of cool. Right then, let's head back to Tuliolol and get ready to search for the next elector. Nod. Farewell for now, and thanks for all your help. I will become the Dawn Servant, so make sure you set aside your best mezcal for the occasion. Yeah, buddy. He has a fearsome opponent in that brother of hers. Even brought a golden alpaca to heal. But you've heard Zoral Jah's supporters talk. They might see an opportunity in his expansionist ambitions, but they find the man himself intimidating. Terrifying, even. Whereas I've grown to love Wuklamat. Everyone she meets will come to love her too, and that's why she will win the throne. Might be right, Mablu. You might be right. But yeah, first half of the zone done. We'll see what happens in the later half. Yeah, I mean, there's got to be more to it, right? Like, there's this whole section down south we haven't even touched. I don't even know if I can get down there yet. Look at this. This place is huge. Feels good to have a feat of gold safely under our belt, even if my victory pales beside Roja and his shiny golden alpaca. I know I shouldn't let it bother me, and gods know we've all been so supportive. But I want to be strong or wise like my brothers. Be a promise that people respect. Not likely if I stand here carrying on and on about things. Let's move on. Back to Shabali Tay with us. The contest has hardly begun. Nice. We did it. Oh, Aether quests. Aether quests. Wonderful. Alright. That being said, I think I'll do the Aether current quest off stream, and then we'll start up the next quest, the next zone next time. I'm starving. I gotta go get some food. I'm feeling that Bacon King. But, you know, it won't be too long. We'll probably end up doing another stream later into tonight and probably overnight. Yeah, this is one of those rare times where we actually get more than one stream in a day. So, hey, another Kyra. Hey, okay, goodbye. So yeah, you know, thanks a ton for hanging out. We got another zone down. So we are well on our way. We'll see how things go with the next zone. I'm kind of debating whether or not we do a little bit more with Pictomancer, maybe do a little Crystalline Conflict. We've got a few options that I want to kind of explore so it doesn't feel like we're just completely rushing through everything. But I at least want to get started on the next zone with the next stream. So yeah, you know, it'll be a few hours from now. We'll see how I feel. Again, like and subscribe. Keep up with Weston Asher on all those socials. And you should be able to see when I go live. I always try and post it ahead of time, right? That being said, you know, thanks a ton for another good day of Dawntrail. I'm going to do a little bit off stream and eat some food because I'm feeling it. I'm definitely feeling it, guys. All right, take care, everybody. See you next time. Sweet dreams.